All right, here comes the countdown. Good thing that Twitter X has a limit to how much you can type. That was a brilliant thing to come up with. Yeah, I'd be writing quotes about the Starfleet.
Yeah, with we the people as I beat and rhyme. We're dropping old school values every time. Extreme honesty with a fresh twist. Breaking it down, you don't wanna miss. Freedom talk, loud and proud. Voice of the people, can't be cowed. Every week we speak our mind. For love of country, it's one of a kind. So grab a seat, let the brain show roll. We're serving up truth, heart and soul. We're the lads with that patriot steel. For the people, by the people, of the people. Let's go, let's go. Raise your voice high, let the echoes ring. In the land of the brave, we dare to sing. United in hope, come what may. Freedom talk, the American way. It's the BRANE Show, coming in hot every week. We bring the truth when we speak. Red, white, and blue, the bold stand tall. Yeah, we the people, united won't fall. It's the BRANE Show. We the people, united won't fall. It's the BRANE Show. This is for America!
Shut the fuck up!
Yep. All right.
You know the problem with Hollywood is? They make shit unbelievable, unremarkable shit.
To those who can hear me, I say, do not despair.
Will you fight? No! We will run! And we will live! Shame on you!
Close to cracking 600.
This could be the greatest night of our lives. But you're gonna let it be the worst.
And I
You guys
guarantee
hear
you,
that out there? You guys waiting for the show? Get 20 more friends.
Walking out, letting them get the best of you.
Well, I'm not going home.
Day may come when the courage of men fails, but it is not this day.
The line must be drawn here. This far, no farther.
I'm not saying it's gonna be easy.
You're gonna work harder than you ever worked before.
I really do believe that together we can accomplish anything.
Because we'll never stop learning and we'll never stop growing.
Failure is not an option.
That's how winning is done. Believe me when I say
We can break this army here.
It has made us brothers.
I say to you, what every warrior has known since the beginning of time.
You've got to get mad.
I mean plumb mad dog mean.
if you would be free men, then you must
Fight to fulfill that promise. Let us
Cut out their living guts.
1 inch at a time.
And they will know what we can do!
Let no man forget how menacing we are. We are lions.
This is your time. Seize the day. Never surrender.
Victory or death.
So come on, then! Take it!
This is where we hold them. This is where we fight.
All right, let's fly! My name is the Lord. When I tell our enemies that they may take our lives, but they'll never take our Independence Day.
You, the people, have the power to create machines, the power to create happiness. You, the people, have the power to make this life free and beautiful, to make this life a wonderful adventure. Then in the name of democracy, let us use that power. Let us all unite. Let us fight for a new world.
We don't sleep to dream, we sleep to build stamina, energy to do our thing. Get your camera. This show is about to begin, so sit down and buckle it in. Let's go! Yeah! Let's go!
My name is Brian, that is Shane, and that is John, and you are watching The BRANE Show. And what you see here is a brand new layout. I want to quickly just address this.
Oh.
Yes, we heard your comments. Where's the live chat? Because we edit the intros out of our live streams. And when you do that, it removes the live chat. So you know what I did? Because I'm not going to stop editing the intro, that live stream. I went ahead and put the chat on the screen. Permanently, you'll be able to see at least the last few chats that are happening. And that, my friend, is progress. Also, you'll see at the top of our screens our various YouTube channels, very specific to each person. John with the Sci-Fi Chronicles 79, Shane with the BRANE Show, and myself, and DC Unleashed. My name is Brian, that is Shane, that is John. How you doing today, John? How you doing today, Shane?
I'm doing great, guys. I'm glad I'm here to suffer pain with you about a certain subject that we're going to talk about, I'm sure. Misery loves company. So, bring it on, my friend. I'm up for another cracking BRANE Show today.
Nice. I like that.
Well, I got to tell you, well, welcome. It's happened. Saturday couldn't get around here fast enough. I love doing the show with you guys. I was actually watching the Olympics yesterday, some ice skating. Don't judge me. I was, though. And I'm listening to I'm watching one of them, and there's their music they're playing. All of a sudden, I start hearing in the song breaks through, and all of a sudden I'm hearing, wait, I know that speech. What is it? My God, is that Charlie Chaplin's 1940 film, The Great Dictator, which is our intro? Like the words you hear in the last 21 seconds before we start the show. And I'm like, I couldn't believe it that they played it on ice.
They're watching, mate. They're watching. I tell you,
yeah,
they're watching the BRANE Show.
They're watching the BRANE Show.
By the way, if you guys didn't know, that speech is an anti-fascist speech that Charlie Chaplin gives in the 1940 movie, The Great Dictator. And it's so, anyways, most people.
Yeah, that was before the definition of fascism started to socially change.
Correct.
Now, if you wear a red hat, you're a fascist.
Have you guys seen that news article that popped up about the Winter Olympics about athletes injecting stuff into their testicles?
Yeah.
You want to win bad, brother. That's all I got to say.
I watched a report. What's that thing that Lance Armstrong does? What's the biking challenge?
Yeah, it's the French.
Yeah, whatever it is.
Yeah.
That thing where they
Tour de France.
The Tour de France.
Tour de France.
Well,
yes.
I watched a whole thing where there were contestants that were so have such an incredible ingenuity. They know they can't dope and they can't take drugs. So they started putting magnetic single spoke engines inside the tires of their wheels. And it made the Tour de France have to then pop out like a special device that looks for magnetic currents, because there shouldn't be any magnetic currents in your wheel. But for years they were getting away with it. Like it actually progressed biking technology. Their need to cheat in this competition made it so that we advanced our wheel technology. It's wild. I have this thing. I think that we should have a league where there's no drugs, no cyborgs, no engines, no hidden anything, right? But then we also need a league where all of it's allowed. Let me explain why.
All of it's allowed.
Because if we had a league where anyone can...
We did a story on this.
Can cyborg out, dope out, steroid out. I think that... Yes, it might be bad for the contestants long term, but A, they're choosing it on their own. B, it'll be insanely entertaining to watch. But most importantly, it'll drive progress, because capitalism does drive progress. And if you're like, I want to win the $1 million championship, all of a sudden you see this gigantic, roided out black dude with cyborg arms and,
cyborg, literally.
Tour de France, like one of them's like jacked up and he like thinks he can fly, so he just cycles off the edge of the cliff.
Yeah. The only rules are you have to at least appear to be riding a bike. Like you can't be a motorcycle. But everything else, totally okay. Steroids, doped up, little engines in the wheels, whatever. Like I want progress. Like go ahead and go crazy, but that's that special league. We're gonna call it like the extreme Tour de France.
Why is that guy grinding his teeth and pedaling with his hands?
It's hardcore, roided up. Imagine football. Imagine the Super Bowl. That Super Bowl's tomorrow, right? Imagine the Super Bowl, but everyone is on the most advanced possible drugs you can get for performance improvement. Like
that would be crazy. It would be crazy.
People are running through people. They're breaking their bones.
Yeah, I had to seriously stop myself because for a while there, I thought riding bicycles was causing nut cancer, so testicular cancer. I'm like, wait a second. He's riding a lot of bike and he's getting a lot of cancer. What the heck's going on?
Yeah, didn't he have cancer like 3 times? That's
he did. Yeah.
I mean, like what? What's the common variable here? Well, he's riding a bike.
His nuts are on a tiny little feet for fucking thousands of miles.
Right.
So, that's what the
my fan isn't turning on.
Hey, real quick, want to ask you guys, are you guys watching the big game tomorrow? It drives me crazy that you can't say the actual word or else like you get beat up. But you guys watching it tomorrow?
I think I'm being forced to watch a little bit of it. I was actually going to talk to John about that today. John, we might have to we'll talk about it afterwards. We might have to postpone our show tomorrow because a lot of our viewing audience is going to be watching the Super Bowl and not us.
Well, quite frankly, stuff them all, quite frankly. They're never coming back. That's it. You can all go to hell.
SG1 is way better than the Super Bowl, in my opinion. But
John's like, wait a sec. This is not my sport over here. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Yeah.
I got other things going on.
What I'm going to do, I'll probably watch it anyway, but I'm going to pay for an advert, and it's just going to go round as people are watching it and going, you're all scum for not watching my Stargate watch party.
It's not even an advertisement. It's just a statement.
That is now the halftime show.
Yeah, there's no
Sci-Fi
link to your
Chronicles
show.
says.
It's just Sci-Fi Chronicles says you suck. You jocks.
When the Super Bowl can preempt the Olympics, you know there's a problem.
Yeah.
So literally all coverage of the Olympics stopped during that time.
By the way, for all legal reasons, we are saying Superb Owl and not Super Bowl. We're just mispronouncing Superb Owl, you weirdos. It's so weird that they have somehow trademarked the term Super Bowl. I don't like.
How do they get away with it, bro?
There needs look. I don't understand. When we had a company a long time ago, it was called Geek Tees, right? And we tried to trademark the term Geek Tees because we had the website, we had the brand, we had the license, we had everything. It should belong to us. And we were operating as that entity, as that legal entity for a long, long time. And we were like, okay, we got to trademark this logo and our name. And they told us no. Oh, it's too general of a term. Hold up. Oh, wait a minute. Superb Owl is not? I don't.
Well, yeah, no. Winchester Brothers was the one that gave us the hard time, the biggest hard time.
Yes,
Winchester Brothers, because the term Winchester was a gun maker, and we're like, well, what's Winchester Brothers? We almost got it, but then I guess Winchester got involved and got pissed.
We were so close to getting Winchester Brothers too. And to be fair, we were asking for a Class 21 trademark, which is for clothing, and they had Winchester had our arms or whatever.
All the other stuff, but the Geek Tees ended up, if you add a Z to the end, that's what got it for us. So we ended up getting that first.
Yeah, we had to have it. We had to add a Z though.
So who are you guys? So
yeah, Windows isn't generic yet. They got Windows. Windows is trademarked. How is Windows not?
If you have enough money, you can get anything trademarked, bro. Seriously though, tomorrow I just want to put one thing out into the universe. Please, Patriots, lose. I hate you. And I just want you to lose. People who don't even watch football, when they hear that the Patriots in the Super Bowl again, they groan. Oh, God. Because they've been in the Super Bowl so many times. I just want them to lose tomorrow. So go Seahawks for one day.
Okay. That's
it.
Good statement.
That's all I got.
I got to be honest, though. I want the Seahawks to win, too, but not because I care about the team or because I don't like the Patriots. I'll tell you why. Because it was 4-1 betting odds, and $10 goes a long way with those odds. I'm just saying,
money matters.
Yeah. I'm actually in this pool, and I had to call Shane to explain how the pool works because I have no idea how football works. And I'm like, I don't understand any of this stuff. Can I just put all my? Because basically it's $1 per chit, right? Like per pin. Can I just put all my chits on like one team to win. And he's like, yeah, but then you're missing out on all the good stuff. I'm like, yeah, but I don't know what the other good stuff is. It's like first down, point spread, all that stuff. So I was looking, and no one was putting any chits on the Seahawks to win. So I was like, Seagulls, or whatever they're called. So I was like, I'm putting all my chits. Is it Seahawks?
Tell me you don't know football. Yeah. The Seagulls to win. I got the Seagulls to win.
So I put all my chits on the Seahawks, and if they win, then all the idiots that were voting for the Patriots and the point spread, I'm just gonna clean up, dude.
Yeah.
I can make like $100 tomorrow off a $10 bill.
I'm looking like Huggy Bear when we next see him, everybody. Just bling everywhere.
All right, so today we are talking about the best movies of 2026, and it's a continuation of the biggest flops of 2026. So yes, the thumbnail says the best videos, the best movies, but it is a continuation of last week's series, which was the biggest flops. So we're talking about the biggest wins and the biggest losses of this year's Hollywood season. I sound like a sports broadcast. The biggest wins in the years of this Hollywood.
This is Howard Cosell, and I'm coming straight to you live. Good.
And we're going to continue that. And we're going to talk about, and within that, there's a lot of controversy around some of these movies, and we're going to talk about that and theories and whatnot. It's going to be a long show talking about a lot of cool stuff there. But then we're also talking about Star Trek, Starfleet Academy, Season 1, Episode 5, where it was the most cringy episodes of Star Trek I've ever seen. Not even the amazing Caleb can save any of this. And
very close to the dancing Klingons for me. But
it was very, very, very close. When the guy threw up glitter, I was like, holy shit. All right.
I mean, like if you could pick one thing that could describe all of new Star Trek that you could actually put on camera that would be like, yeah, that's fucking it. That was it. Throwing up glitter.
Yeah. Vomiting rainbow glitter. Yeah.
That was and well, for me, it was not only did we have the drag queen pop up in the 31st century, but then we had flipping Zorro behind the bar serving drinks as well.
Yeah. Right.
So we are talking about that. Also, we're talking about and this, look, we've made a rule that we're not going to talk about Epstein or China. We made that rule literally a week and a half ago, and then within a week, I'm not joking.
It's
a week and a half ago, we were like, guys, we're no longer going to talk about Epstein or China. Those clips are bad. People don't care about it. And within a week, it was like, well, China's trying to do COVID 2.0, and 3 million Epstein files dropped with all kinds of implications. And we're like, how do we not talk about that? That's crazy. We have to now, right? It's like
you have to, even if it means because there's
even if we don't get good, we're not going to get good views on it. So.
Oh well.
But if you are watching and you're like, I don't care about this views, I'm a super viewer, then you can do so by hitting the join button below and supporting us as a member. Because after this long stream, we're going to do another hour stream where we just take our clothes off and get really weird. And that's what happens after this show. If you want to support us outside of YouTube, you're like, screw YouTube, YouTube sucks, freedom of speech, etc., you can do so by going to mixtees.com, buying anything there with the coupon code BRANE, BRANE. But if you really want to super support us, click on our special category. That's the wrong link. Special category. Go to the BRANE Show itself and buy one of our BRANE Show branded products.
Oh, I thought we had a new product. I thought those were like new products for us. I'm like, dude, you did that? Nice.
So I actually have a bunch of products I've been working on, but I'm also working on the video stuff. So much stuff.
I get it.
I have all these like half-finished projects just happening.
Speaking the best deal is to go get the 3 t-shirts. If that's the one you should be pitching.
Yes, if you want to really get a deal, click on the grab bag top here at the very top, and get 3 t-shirts for $30 or 2 hoodies.
We should have had an African American girl in that spot. Or what are we doing?
Why?
My white girl with red hair? Come on, that's out. That is so 1990s.
That's right. We go against the grain here, bro.
I think
we go against the grain, and I like this white chick. She has personality.
Wasn't Zendaya available, bro?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure she'll do anything. So
I think the thing with mixed teas, though, is I would advise everybody is go steady. Because there's nothing worse than someone that buys loads and loads of merchandise from mixed teas and wears it all at once.
Yeah. If you guys don't know the joke,
He's wearing it now.
Literally, John is covered head to toe in Mixed Tees products right now.
Yeah, I went to a tailor's this morning, right, to get a new suit for work, and I was joking with her because I had my Winchester, the Supernatural T-shirt on while she was doing the fitting, and she looked at me and she goes, "What's that?" And I was explaining where I'd got it from, and I just went, "I don't care what you do with the suit, just make sure the Mixed Tees fits."
Well, you actually make it look good, though. I was like thinking, yeah, John wears it well.
Speaking of which, John is wearing a Terry Trek hat. And last week, we announced the winner of the Terry Trek exclusive red billed hat. And that was Matt McGee. And I did ship that product 2 days ago. So, Matt, it's on the way.
On it.
And I went ahead and I threw a couple goodies in there just for you.
Ooh, nice.
And all I ask is, Matt, is that when you do get it, that you probably should share it on Twitter, just so I can take those pictures and utilize them on the website.
Yeah, take a video of yourself, Matt, crying. It will just get us more.
But I put some extra goodies in there. A lot of the times when people buy from us, they just get the product plus a little card or whatever. I put some extra stuff in there just for you, Matt.
Matt, I would say take a photo, because if you don't, I know full well that Brian's just going to create an AI version anyway, which is going to be far worse. Than
either way, I'm going to give you giant bazoombas, because that's what gets clicks is boobs.
What's a bazoomba?
Oh, also speaking of the giveaway, and this is the last bit of promotion here. We're going to be giving away one more mystery grab bag, assuming we get at least enough super chats today to cover the shipping. Then you, my friend, whoever gives the most super chats, whoever the winner is, will get a free mystery grab bag. And it's got to be shirts, though, because I am officially out of hoodies over here. Shane,
I have hoodies.
Okay, so it could be hoodies. Depends on what we have.
You're now recalling them from me.
So Shane and I are two locations, and we share the responsibility of shipping the grab bag. But we had so many hoodie orders at some point, I just ran out of hoodies. And I thought I had a bunch of hoodies left, but then I go to my hoodie box, and it's all blank hoodies, and I'm like, uh-oh.
They're not going to be happy if you send blank hoodies.
So, all right, so that's it, guys. That's the selfless promotion.
Thanks.
That's how you can support us. Super chats, joins, and buying stuff from mixtees.com. It's literally how we stay afloat over here, and I appreciate it.
Let's get on with it.
So we're going to jump right into the first thing. Before we do jump into that, Shane.
Yes.
Can you just give me quickly? Actually, no, don't. Never mind. I was going to ask you for something, but I want to be part of the clip.
You want it to be correct?
Yeah, I want to be correct. That's not what I said. That's not what I said.
You don't want it to take 30 minutes. Right. we can do this all day.
Yeah.
I am not a computer person.
So we're going to talk about the Odyssey first. The Odyssey is coming out, I believe, at the end of the year. It's a film by Christopher Nolan. What's that?
I think it's summer, right?
Is it summer? Whatever. I care so little about this. I don't even know when it comes out. But it's coming out. It's Christopher Nolan. And Christopher Nolan has a track record of stellar films, right?
July 17th.
Yeah. July 17th. So this movie comes out. And recently there is some controversy about who is playing Helen of Troy. But before we get into that controversy, I'm going to watch the trailer with you guys. And I want to discuss whether or not this is going to flop or win based solely on the trailer. And then when we go to the news, we'll talk about whether or not it's going to completely damage Christopher Nolan's career.
Or at least reputation.
Right. I think his career is pretty
Remember
intense.
That guy who did Interstellar? He was so cool.
He was funky, wasn't he?
All right. So this is the trailer for The Odyssey by Christopher Nolan, starring that one guy from Spider-Man, Zendaya, Matt Damon, and pretty much every other person who will work for anything. Here we go. What is that guy wearing? I remember the very first image we got was this guy's helmet, and people were like, that doesn't look right. That doesn't look anything like Roman soldiers.
Oh my, you know what's sad? If you're going to be that nitpicky, oh God, this movie's in trouble.
I know. At the time, I was like, I don't care enough. I don't care about this news whatsoever. Continue. But then, I guess that was the start of seeing things go poorly for this film. Matt Damon.
Matt Damon, who is in every movie made by this man.
By the way, he looks great with a beard, though, right?
He looks good with a beard and a helmet.
Yeah, it makes his features more masculine. Visual, I like that.
Yeah, that's very cool.
Yeah,
I'm not sure what the.
We got this weird horse. Let's take it into our city. I wonder what's going to happen.
Wait, is that the horse?
Oh yeah, it's the horse. That's the famous horse.
That's the
wooden horse.
That's the horse, the Troy horse, right? Okay, that's funny. Yeah, pause it real quick. Is this the story of? Is this the actual like? I'm confused. Is this the Odyssey, the myth?
No, the Odyssey was a book that was written by Plato.
Okay, and it had the
Iliad and
the wooden horse in it.
Yeah, that's part of the story. Yeah, so they thought that Troy was actually they thought all of this was just legend and made up, but they actually believe they found the remains of Troy off the coast of the western Adriatic.
Interesting. Okay. I mean, some of it's got to be made up, though. Isn't there like Cyclopses and stuff?
Yeah. Actually,
and sirens and all that.
I'm sure. I mean, you got the gods; they're not real, or are they aliens? I guess you can decide if you want.
They're aliens.
It's a made-up story, bro, for
They're
sure.
aliens.
But some of it, I believe, was taken from actual things that had occurred. So, like people who write stories today, they take things that and then they fabricate.
Yeah.
Something.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, chat. It's Homer, not Plato. I get it. Thank you.
I'm sorry. Yeah, it's Homer.
Hey, Shane still knows more than I do because I don't know.
I'm actually been on the whole Plato kick lately, so my bad.
Right, got it. That is the trailer. So let's discuss this trailer.
So this story, by the way, is the story is about Matt Damon's character. It's the journey of Odyssey.
Journey home, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, he's trying to get back to his family, and it takes a long time. And he goes through a lot of adventures during that time. And it's a story that's been told many times. It's been told on film. And I feel like it's always been difficult to tell this story without kind of being a little boring. So it'll be interesting to see if Christopher Nolan can improve upon past adaptations.
Yeah, from my perspective, looking at the trailer, I'm going to be honest with you guys, looks boring. I know that might be sacrilegious to some of you guys. Like, oh my God, how is the Odyssey boring? I'm just telling you. Maybe
that's Brian level. You got to let's be fair. Let's
no. Stop.
No, Brian Gage.
Can you not qualify it as like Brian level?
I have to. You have this barometer for movies that anything that doesn't have explosions and car chases.
No, I knew you guys this. I'm looking at it.
Well, we don't know that. We don't know that. We can see cars Fast and Furious style go along the beach.
Brian, give me one movie that you really like that doesn't have explosions and car chases in it.
There's a lot of movies.
Give me one that you really like.
Okay, The Godfather.
You really like that movie?
Yes, the second one.
I would think you would think
first
that
one's boring as hell. But.
Fair enough. It's a slow movie, by the way.
Yeah, but the character.
There's gunfire. There's gunfighting.
Yeah, sure. There's gunfighting. Okay. Yeah, bro. There's gunfighting. Whatever.
Okay, maybe there's some action in there. But
okay. All right. Well, The Notebook. You made me watch that. I liked it.
What?
Yeah, you said there was time travel in it, dude. By the way, you lied about that.
I did.
Yeah,
but you watched it.
You son of a bitch. I thought there was time travel in the movie.
Time travel in their mind.
I know. I recognize that. It's a good movie.
I will never judge you again, brother.
But you literally tricked me into watching The Notebook, and I don't appreciate that. It got me some intimacy with my wife, so I'm going to take that one to the bank. You were not lying about that. Chicks are really into The Notebook, bro. literally like 6 hours later, my wife was all over me. Something about that movie gets them going.
So what you're saying is I've just got to walk down the high street just with an iPad, just playing The Notebook.
Pretty much.
Just up and down all day.
Something about that movie does it for chicks, bro. I don't know. No, I like plenty of movies that don't have like nonstop action. Do I also like the nonstop action? Yes, because it's entertaining. And movies are entertainment. This is what I think some people in Hollywood have forgotten. Movies are meant to be entertaining. They're not meant to be lessons. They're not meant to be, some kind of social message or statement. They're meant to be entertaining. And you know what? When you look at Rotten Tomatoes, you can always tell the movies that were made to be entertaining versus the movies that were made to be some kind of learning, lesson for some virtual signaling lesson. Because the critic score for the Professor movies will be like 98.5. Amazing film. And the audience score will be 6. And if it's entertaining, flip it on its head. So I like entertaining movies. I also like movies that are about characters. If you can give me a movie that is both entertaining, has action adventure, has, characters and character development and 3-dimensional motivations, then it's going on my top 10. And that's why, and I'm not even a Marvel guy. I literally run a channel called the DC Unleashed. I'm a DC guy, but the end game, the Infinity War saga of Marvel is one of the greatest film series ever made because it's action, adventure, character development, 3-dimensional characters. The crazy part about this, I'm going on a tangent, is that Thanos, who's the big bad they've been painting as the Satan of this universe, by the time you get to the end of that saga, he was the guy, he thought he was doing the right thing. And from his perspective, you could see how he sort of was. And these annoying Avengers were getting in the way. He didn't want to be the bad guy. He was trying to save the universe. Crazy cool.
Especially after you see the Eternals, and then you're like, oh crap.
Yeah, you see the Eternals, you're like, oh my God. And it puts all of it togetder with Titan and everything. So I like movies that are entertaining for sure.
I'm
movies
never
will
going
always
to
get
see the
extra
Eternals
points
again.
You only have to watch it once. Movies will always get extra points for having explosions and fighting. And
I'm sorry I triggered you, bro.
You triggered me because I am not just the lowest common denominator moviegoer, but I'm also realistic in that I like entertaining things.
No, you know what? You're actually moving the peg for me because I honestly felt like you were the lowest common denominator human being when it came to movies. I really did. Because every good movie that was like you didn't really like, but you're showing me that you like some stuff.
BRANE Show dark mode.
Look, guys, slow movies. Okay, I don't care how good the characters are acting is. If it's slow, it's always gonna be a minus for me, dude. You made me watch that movie. What was it called? Lotus Flower or something? Killer Moon.
Killers of the
Lotus Flower Moon or something.
Yeah,
guys, the worst movie I've ever seen in my life. Like, honestly, in my life,
you saw Showgirls.
Listen, guys. I have seen porn parodies that were better, that had better acting and better pacing. That movie was absolute garbage.
It's a bad movie, but Leo DiCaprio's good, and so is Jesse Plemons.
I told you guys before, when I was dating someone a few years back, she made me watch Memoirs of a Geisha on a Friday night. The relationship fizzled out shortly after that. And I thought, right, I'm quite happy. Now I can put on Batman.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's maybe that's why I like
there's nothing wrong with liking those movies. I want to be clear. There's nothing wrong with the movies that you like. I'm just giving you shit because you give me shit about the movies I like. Fair enough.
Because sometimes you like really boring movies.
But there you go. See, so it's just a give and take, right?
Yeah.
Just a give and take.
The reason I like superhero films is when they're done well, they're really good. But to be fair, when they're done poorly, they're super cringe and bad. Like there's no rule in between for superhero films. Anyways, back to Odyssey. So based on the trailer alone, from my perspective, because I haven't seen another trailer yet, it looks boring. And I did hear that it's a very, very long movie, and I'm just not interested in sitting in the theater for 4 hours watching establishing shots and all that stuff. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it.
You don't want to watch this movie then, bro.
I mean, bro, we watched the first Dune movie and I was like, what's going on? Why is there a 5-minute shot of what's his name? What's the guy? What's the twins' name?
Chalamet?
Timothy Chalamet's looking up at the sky watching the ships come down.
Chalamet, by the way.
You know what? I actually like him more after I saw Willy Wonka. I was like, at least the guy has range, and he's sort of based in like he just does whatever role he wants to.
He dated Zendaya, so it's like. But now he's like with the Kardashians, so it's like.
Well, I give him that's definitely a step up. Like,
well, yeah, but you know how many other people have been with the Kardashians? I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's true. It's not. I don't think it's a hard metric to hit. But there was that shot where he was like watching the ships come down, and it's like 5 minutes where I just feel like Denis Villeneuve is just like jerking off over his footage the whole time. Like, oh, look how amazing this is. Ah!
Well, that was part of it. A director can fall in love. And let me tell you something. Nolan is doing that, is going to do that with the Odyssey. I promise you. He's going to fall. He's been wanting to tell this story for a long, long time. The problem is how do you tell this story? You tell it accurately, but you also make it interesting. There's tons of crazy shit that happens in this story. If he can capture that and somehow modernize it enough for this audience, but still make it true to its time, that's very difficult to do. He's the only guy who can do it. So it's possible.
My question is this. Why make a 4-hour movie called The Odyssey when you could have made The Odyssey 1, 2, and 3 and had actual entertaining stories within all of this? Because isn't The Odyssey like a huge book with a collection of massive tales?
What do you want him to do? Turn this into fucking Avatar? No, you don't want to watch 4 Odyssey movies, bro. I want this. Listen, Nolan is the best director we have right now. I want him to make lots of movies. I want to see lots of stuff that he has to do. I don't want him to spend 8 years focused on the Odyssey.
Like a Cameron
right.
Avatar
like we've got a waste of James Cameron with these stupid Avatar movies that he has now spent a decade of his life working on, and we're not getting any other good stuff from him. So I'm being a little selfish here.
Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying, but you could have broken up this movie into 3 movies. Wait.
Did you like Dune 1 and 2?
Instead of making a 4-hour movie that's going to 100% has to have pacing issues, whether too slow or or things aren't being told, or things that were cut out shouldn't have been cut out, or vice versa. Like, you could have actually told this story properly. If any story is built for a trilogy, is it not The Odyssey?
Sure, you could. But are you going to have interest? Anyways, I sent you an image that you'll want to use when we're going to talk about it. But, is there going to be interest in watching 3 portions of, he's taking a big risk by making this movie. People are going to show up and watch it because it's Christopher Nolan, but he's going to be judged hardcore on it. And John Berthenol, he's a good actor. Matt Damon, good actor. I'm not sure where the magic sauce is going to be here, though.
I think for the younger generation, they're going to go and watch it because it's a Christopher Nolan movie. They're not going to go and watch it because it's the Odyssey,
right?
Because they probably don't know what the Odyssey is.
Exactly.
So having a trilogy is a tricky thing to do, and that's probably why the studios have said, no, you do 1.
Okay.
And, well, we'll see how we get on.
Let's talk about the casting. I'm looking at the cast list for the Odyssey, and here we go. I'm going to read them off to you, and you tell me when you get to someone you don't recognize, okay?
Oh, and John made a good point real quick before you go through that. If you're not Christopher Nolan, you never get this movie made. No studio allows any other director to make this movie but Christopher Nolan.
Yeah, maybe right
100%.
there.
Maybe Steven Spielberg. Maybe.
All right, here's the cast list, and we're going to talk about the controversy. Matt Damon. Elliot Page, formerly whatever. It's a boy now, but she was a girl. Tom Holland. I forgot her name. Ellie Page. Elliot Page. I know Elliot Page was in here. By the way, there's no name. There's no role underneath her name.
Can you show the IMDb page just to show people?
If Elliot Page is playing the Cyclops, mate, I'm going to flipping punch the air because that is legendary casting.
All right, there we go. It's Matt Damon as Odysseus, Elliot Page, Tom Holland as Telemachus. I'm going to ruin these names. I'm just not going to say them. Zendaya as Athena. Talk about weird casting there. I don't know how that works out. Robert Pattinson as whatever. Mia Goth, Anne Hathaway, John Berthold, whatever. Benny, don't know his name. Charlize Theron, didn't know she was in it. Okay. Lupita Nyong'o, and look at the role she's playing. It's just a 0, right?
So they don't show you, yeah. And
right.
There's the reason why they don't show you some of the roles is because they want it to be a surprise.
Right. So it's a huge cast that's in here. But we're going to be talking about Lupita whatever her name is. And she is probably playing Helen of Troy, because if you look at the trailer, this is her sitting next to John. How do you pronounce his last name? Berthenol's character. And the hidden part of this, where it's not showing what role she's playing, is very telling. So a lot of people are assuming that she's playing Helen of Troy. This would not be unlikely. Now, it's bad casting. We can all agree on that. Most of us can. But this would not be out of the realm of current Hollywood, who race bend, gender bend, everything bend, any character that fits whatever virtual signaling they're trying to do that week.
Well, the reason why it's bad casting, let's explain why, is because, so you got John Bernthal here. He is playing Menelaus. Now, Menelaus is the king that Helen was married to when the guy from the Prince of Troy came in. I can't remember his name right now. When Legolas, if you watch the movie Troy with Brad Pitt,
Orlando Bloom.
Yeah, and came and basically stole her away and took her back to Troy. And so Menelaus, rallied all of Greece to go and basically get her back. This scene supposedly takes place where the image that you were showing takes place 10 years after the events of Troy. So where Helen has been brought back to Greece.
And it would make sense if they're going to have the wooden horse, then they're probably going to have this scene too.
Well, here's the thing is, it's possible that she's Helen of Troy because she's sitting next to him. Is it possible she's somebody else sitting at the table next to that other person? I don't know. But there's no guarantee that she is Helen of Troy. It's just kind of being assumed at this point. If she is, here's the problem. Her mother, Helen's mother, was Leda, and she was a princess of Greece from Aetolia, right? Her father is Zeus. Helen's actually a demigoddess, like a demigoddess. Her father's Zeus, her mother's a human. And her mother is very white. Zeus, I don't know what he is. I'm assuming Greek god.
Well, sometimes he's a Pegasus. Sometimes he
can be a lot
swan.
of things. Could he have made a black girl? Yes, absolutely. But a little unreasonable for if we're staying true.
It doesn't fit the lore
to the Greek storyline. And so, would Christopher Nolan do this? He doesn't really strike me as the kind of director that kind of would go this way and do this kind of thing. And especially since it's so important to him, I'm actually leaning more to the fact that she's not Helen of Troy, because I just have a hard time believing that Christopher Nolan, who doesn't need to bend the knee to the studio, who doesn't need to bend the knee to casting, would want to go so far out something that's so important to him to make it wrong. Because Zendaya, you could pass her off as Greek. You could.
No, you
can't.
couldn't.
You absolutely can't. Greek people are a combination of bronze-skinned people. They're not.
But
Athena,
you do it. Aren't these characters supposed to be like beautiful women?
I'm not saying that you're right. Zendaya is not beautiful, but in today's standards, people think she is. So whatever.
Okay, so maybe Nolan really thinks this chick Lupita is just super hot, and he's like, who's gonna play the hottest chick on? Because it's supposed to be like this beautiful, captivating women that like men fight wars for.
Well, no, Helen is.
Helen is, right?
Oh yeah. Well, give you an example.
That's
when
what
you
I'm
go
saying.
back and watch
Like-
the early 2000s Troy movie, look at Helen of Troy in that movie. She's gorgeous. She's absolutely stunning in that movie.
True.
Now, I'm not saying this person here, if she is cast as Helen of Troy, is unattractive, but she's not the face that launched 1,000 ships, is she?
Right. That's the
that's the problem.
You gotta.
If that is the case.
And like I said, you just gotta stay true. And I'm sorry, and this goes for any movie, anytime. Look, if you're doing Shaka Zulu, we can't have some white guy playing, Shaka Zulu. You can't have these weird race changing things. Just keep it the way it is. So I think people saw this image and they kind of made an assumption because she's sitting next to him. I just want to point out there is no guarantee, and I would be a little surprised if Christopher Nolan went that way when it's very obvious that Helen was Greek, and there are no black Greek people at that time. So it would just be a little bit odd.
I mean, didn't we have like a black Cleopatra? Didn't we have a bunch of...
Yep, and we went through that, and how was that returned? And do you think Christopher Nolan wants that distraction with his movies?
Right.
I don't think he wants that distraction. So I'm just saying, taking this from like an analytical point of view and just kind of common sense, it doesn't make a lot of sense that he would make this choice, and therefore it's possible that he didn't make this choice, and that she's sitting there more out of coincidence, and she's some other element of the party. You know, I don't know if they let slaves eat at the table, but there were a lot of slaves back. I don't know, honestly. She could be. I honestly don't. Maybe she's a Nubian queen that has come to visit. You know, all this time later. Who knows?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, so that's the whole controversy so far. I still think the movie is going to fail because it's so expensive.
I don't think it's going to fail.
Yeah, I think it's going to fail.
I think it's going to make its money because I think everybody goes see a Christopher Nolan movie, bro. Everybody goes see a Christopher Nolan movie.
That's not true. I mean, hold up. I can't say that about
Oppenheimer, bro.
No, the one before that. What was it called?
Tenet.
Tenet. Yeah, we can't say that about Tenet. It was an asterisk next to Tenet.
And it got released directly to Warren.
But I watched Tenet and it was not a very good
bad movie. You're right.
It's a bad movie.
Not good. He lucked out because had that been had we had not had COVID and that movie had come out, it would have brought him down a notch.
Yeah, that's true.
And if you noticed, that actor has not been in much stuff since then. He had 2 back-to-back failures. David, what's his name? And he's not been in much.
Yeah, I don't think they're hit. It wasn't his fault though. That was the writing.
It was a bad story.
So it's a $250 million movie.
It's gonna make $250 million.
That's before marketing.
You know, so okay, it's gonna make 400. You know, the problem is, and people are complaining a lot about a lot of movies coming out like Supergirl, and they're complaining about Superman. Guys, we don't really know how much money they spent on these movies.
That's true. So you can usually assume.
Yeah.
You can usually assume like $100 million marketing budget, but that's probably bullcrap too because Superman had more tie-ins, like marketing tie-ins and licensing deals than any other movie I've seen in the last 15 years. I wouldn't be surprised if they made money on the marketing for that movie. And they chose not to release a movie during a trailer during the Super Bowl. Instead, they did the Puppy Bowl, which had the biggest numbers the Puppy Bowl has ever gotten that year. Which I expect they're going to repeat that tomorrow. I think the Puppy Bowl is going to go. There's going to be a Supergirl trailer there. So I'm not sure if they lost. I think they actually made money on the marketing for that film. And Supergirl is not fair because a lot of the stuff that they did and shot and created for Superman is being used in Supergirl, and so the budget is way lower. It's like $120 million.
I think the problem is because Hollywood is not transparent about the numbers. People who want something to fail say, oh well, marketing's definitely going to be like 3 times the cost of production. You know, there's people who kind of put that number out there. Not everybody spends $600 million to market their film. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's disingenuous when YouTubers criticize a film because like, oh, well, it made $600 million, but it cost $250 million plus $200 million, and the studio only gets 60% of that. And if you do the math, then it lost $14. You're like, that's real. All your math is like, most of your math is imaginary. So
my math is always the cost of production, what you tell us it is. And then I usually do half of the cost of production for marketing.
Right. So that would put this movie at $250 million for the budget, $125 million for marketing.
So it's got to make $375 to break even.
I gotta say, if there's an Odyssey trailer tomorrow at the Super Bowl, then that number for me is going to go up a little bit. So,
well, $125 million is still a lot of money to spend on marketing.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Okay, it's a lot of money. Let's just be honest.
Yeah. So we don't know how many of those actors have point of sale deals and all that stuff too. So we don't have all the numbers. But if the movie doesn't make at least $600 million, I think it's a failure.
$600 million?
Has to make at least $600 million because it has a massive cast, huge budget, more
That's
than
all
like
in the budget.
Well, no.
You just said $375.
No.
Why does it got to make $600?
Well, no, hold up. Because you said marketing would be $125 million, right?
Right.
So these are all imaginary numbers. I'm doing the same thing I just criticized, but here you go. $250 million, right? $375 million total.
Yeah.
But then how many of these actors, and famously Matt Damon is famous for his point of sale, which he gets a percentage of the box office. Okay. How many of these actors have the same exact thing? You don't think Christopher Nolan's getting back end? Of course he is. And then plus you got to cut in the theaters, right? So if you do the math on all that, the movie's got to make at least $600 million to make
You
profit.
basically just did what you complained other people.
Well,
did.
and I no, before I
It
did,
made $14.
Before I just said
know
all
those numbers.
no, you weren't listening. Before I said this, I said I'm literally doing the same thing I just criticized.
Okay.
But it makes a lot of sense, right? So $425 million, right, is what this movie's costing them.
375. You're
saying okay,
250 plus 125 is 375. 375 million.
Okay, so 375 million. So the movie's got to make at least double its money.
I'm gonna say if the movie makes 450 million, then it's definitely got everything covered.
I don't think it does. I don't think it does because the theater takes 25%. Theaters take 25%. So you got to make double your budget.
Well, they take less overseas, so it depends on how much you get seen overseas.
Overseas, except for in China. China takes more. China takes 40%.
That's true. Well, I guess we'll just have to see how it spends out.
Interested
But the way
to see
I
how
look
it plays
at it,
out, yeah.
that's the way I look at it. I'm just tired of people moving the bar on it, saying a movie's not going to make it. But if you don't think this movie's going to make, I'm sorry. So you said it needs to make double. So
I think it needs
600 million.
I think it needs to make 600. I'm saying it's not even double. You said 375. So I'm saying 600 million needs to make money.
Right.
Right.
Wow, to make money. Okay.
So double that though. If you were doubling the budget and the marketing, then it would be 725 or whatever, right? Whatever. I'm saying 600 million. So I don't think I'm being unreasonable here. It says it has to make 600 million to be in the black, based on imaginary numbers that we don't even know. That's my opinion.
Okay.
I think it needs to make 600 million.
I'll go with since the movie theaters are getting 25%. That would be about 100 million. So yeah, I guess that would make sense. 600 million would cover everything. Okay,
Yeah,
I'll go with you on that.
I'm not trying to be hyperbolic or critical. I'm saying if it doesn't make 600 million, I think it's a failure.
And I'll tell you this: I think it'll be close. I think it's gonna. Right. I think 600 million is about where I thought the max was at.
So it could make 800 million, especially since it's not. I thought it was coming out at the end of the year. It's actually coming out in the summertime. So it
really depends on worldwide. Honestly, how much interest worldwide.
So my opinion is it won't get to it won't surpass 600 million. Shane's saying it will.
I'm saying it'll probably get to 600 million. That's my guess.
John, what do you think, buddy?
I think it'll get over 600 mil. I don't think it'll break $1 billion. I don't think that's going to happen.
There's no Barbenheimer this time.
Barbenheimer, yeah.
Yeah.
But can I also say on the side, if anyone's not ever watched the sci-fi show Red Dwarf, they do a great bit about the Trojan horse in that, and Lister basically says in it, he goes, "What I hate about this is the fact that they give them this horse that's just big enough to hold 500 soldiers with adequate toilet facilities, and they just wheel it in. People like that deserve to be slaughtered."
All right, so we're gonna go to super chats here, but real quick, the Outcomes has a bold prediction. He says the Odyssey will be $1 billion box office, and you know what? Outcomes, regardless of what I feel about this movie, for the theater's sake, I hope you are correct.
They got 2 weeks.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
They got 2 weeks because I'll tell you why. Odyssey comes out July 17th. Spider-Man Brand New Day comes out July 31st.
Yeah, Spider-Man's gonna wipe the floor with it,
2
dude.
weeks.
So it has a 2-week runway to make $1 billion.
Tom Holland.
He's in both movies, by the way.
Hey, by the way, Tom Holland's having a great summer. Jeez.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let us know what you guys think in the chat and in the comments what you guys think about the Odyssey. Will it get to $1 billion? Will it get to 600 million? Will it flop? My opinion is it will not do well, and Shane's opinion is it does.
One more thing that it has problem with. So July 1st, Minions 3 comes out, and kids love those Minions movies. So parents who maybe want to go see the Odyssey might shoot their wad on Minions on July 1st and 4th of July partying, right? And not be able to afford to go see the Odyssey. So you might be right.
That's a question for you guys.
Well, I'm sorry, real quick, John, real quick.
Yeah.
I want to touch on that real quick. When I wanted to go see Anaconda, right? I wanted to go see that movie. At the same time, there was some kid thing happening. I don't even remember what it was. And I could not convince my family to go see Anaconda with me because all they wanted to watch was that stupid kid movie. And legitimately, I can't afford to take my family to see 2 films. It's just too expensive. So I sent my wife and my kids off to see that stupid kid movie, and I waited for Anaconda to come out on streaming. It's very frustrating for me. So you are right. You're right. Minions is going to ruin the Odyssey before it even comes out.
Funny if the Minions ruined Odyssey.
Oh, it'd be hilarious. John, what were you saying?
John.
Well, I was just going to, you kind of picked up on what I was going to say, because I think there's going to be a lot of people that are just going to go, I don't want to go to the cinema for the Odyssey. I'm just going to watch it at home. And they'll wait for it to be on buy on demand or buy or rent, you know.
Especially given it's how long it is, right? Like the runtime is.
Yeah, you're going to need certain toilet stops for that, certainly at my age.
So
there's no way I'm getting through 4 hours.
The runtime it's not 4 hours, 3 hours. The runtime is 3 hours.
If you made it through Oppenheimer, you can make it through this.
People are speculating a 3.5 hour duration, and we don't even totally know. They're saying that it's around 3 to 3.5 hours. That's so long for a movie.
It's nuts, guys. I'm getting to the point now where I'm starting to go to the cinema having to wear a shiwi for crying out loud.
We call them sneaky leakers.
So they said it's confirmed they have even longer in raw footage than the Oppenheimer. Ooh.
Oh shit, dude! Moana live action comes out July 10th.
Yeah, this movie is cooked, bro. What are you talking about?
Oh my god! Moana, which I believe is going to be the biggest movie of the year, moneymaker of the year, is coming out a week before Odyssey. I take it back. Odyssey's not going to make its money.
Yeah, Odyssey. Thank you. Okay, we're on the same page. I'm glad we continued this. Odyssey is going to flop. There's too much competition, and it's too long and it's too expensive.
So if that happens, then do you think then this begins the downward trend of Christopher Nolan? Will he?
I don't know, but that is a topic for another day.
Yeah, we should talk about that for sure.
We'll talk about that
when the Odyssey comes out.
When the Odyssey comes out. Yeah. For now, we're going to move on to the next topic. Thank you guys. If you have an opinion, hit the chat or hit the comments and let us know what you guys think about the Odyssey. Okay, we have a super chat I want to cover here. And he asked a very valid question. This is Kolokioki. I actually recognize him from the Salty Saturday show. Hello, Koloki. Thank you for joining us today. I know the Salty Saturday show hasn't been around for a while, and I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know when that's returning. I do know that
we are the saline.
Yeah, we are. We're the saline geeks. Sodium geeks.
Sodium.
I do know this. Okay. That when it returns, I will be there, and when it returns, we'll move our show back to its original time slot that happens after Salty Saturday. But from what I talked about with Matt, and is that he's working on stuff, and I don't know when he's going to be done working on that stuff. And we all know that Matt is extremely he's a perfectionist, and he wants to make sure things are right. And that's great for the audience, but that might not be great if you're waiting on bated breath, because it might take a while.
And let us know while we're filling the void for Salty Nerds. Let us know if there's things you want to see on our show that you missed from their show. That you'd like to see with us.
Yeah. That's
we'll
not bad.
I can't be Matt, but we could.
Yeah, but I'm sure we can get Odin or someone to come on and argue with me about how much the Odyssey is going to make and all that. I bet you, and I'm going to have to ask Odin, but I bet you he would have the opposite take from me on the Odyssey. He'd be like, "No, it's going to make money."
Oh, that's
he always has the opposite take.
He always has the opposite take. By the way, I love Odin, bro. Just because we disagree on like everything, we actually primarily agree on pretty much all other values in life, just not movies. Okay, guys, let's talk. And this is great. Thank you, Jeremy Hambry. This is a great segue. We need to talk about Supergirl. Supergirl comes out around this summer as well, directed by James Gunn. It is the second installment to the Superman franchise, right?
No, wait. We did talk about this last week, so we're going to do it again?
Just real quick.
Okay.
Real quick.
I'm okay with it, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, we're not gonna show the trailer or anything. I just want to bring this up. What movies are going to contend with Supergirl the same way movies are contending with Odyssey? Because when you brought that up, it changed my entire perspective of how much that movie will make. Because there's a lot of competition this year, you guys. This is not last year, not a whole lot of competition.
Yeah,
this year
true.
is movie year, bro. The theaters are going to be jam-packed with options. And you know what that means? When you have 3 things to pick from the salad bar, you're going to eat 2 of those 3 things. When you have 27 things, you're going to pick 3 of those 27 things.
You got some big problems, man.
And
Disclosure Day comes out June 12th, and that's going to be big. People are all adults are going to go see that movie because it's Steven Spielberg and it's aliens. And then you got Toy Story 5 coming out on the 19th. Which is going to be tough because people are waiting and they're going to take their kids to see Toy Story 5. And then of course the next week you have Supergirl coming out. And
then Spider-Man straight after it as well, isn't it? Is that right?
Well, Spider-Man is actually a month after. That's going to be after Odyssey. So after that is if you want the list of how it goes.
So it has a month runway.
Well, no, not really, because you've got Disclosure Day, then you've got Toy Story 5, then you've got Supergirl, then you got Minions.
So it's got to contend with Minions
making
too.
decisions on.
Well, I
kids.
do think
And
though.
Moana.
I do think though that I'll be honest with you. Yeah, first off, you're right. My bad. James Gunn did not direct Superman. I apologize. It's directed by a guy named Craig Gillespie. But let's be real. James Gunn's hands are all over this movie. All right.
Oh, Supergirl. Yeah, it's not happening without his input.
Right. But real quick, I do think Supergirl is in a better place than the Odyssey, because while we are all interested in Disclosure Day, that's not. I don't think that's a generally big popular.
Toy Story 5, bro.
No, Toy Story 5, but it comes out weeks before.
No, a week before.
June 19th it comes out.
Okay. So, but I believe that you're going to get all able to watch that, but Supergirl then has 3 weeks to find its footing with the audience. I think there's enough time in there for it to have legs.
Hold on. No. Okay, I gave it to you by week. Okay?
Right.
So Disclosure Day.
Okay, let's take that off the list. I don't think that applies to this.
I'm just giving you it all. Just listen. Disclosure Day, Toy Story 5, Supergirl, Minions, Moana.
But Minions has 2 weeks, right? It's 2 weeks between Minions and Supergirl?
The next week.
Oh, yeah. Supergirl's cooked too.
I'm giving you every Friday.
Yeah, the problem is Toy Story and Minions are going to suck the life out of all family stuff.
And then
for
Moana is going to suck the life out of everything.
Right, yeah. And this is not based on our preferences, okay? Like, we don't care about these films, but I guarantee you families do. And Toy Story and Minions and Moana is going to suck the air out of the room the entire summer. That's going to be bad for Supergirl, Odyssey, and it might even be bad for Spider-Man. Even though Spider-Man is a proven franchise across the board. But
little boys are going to demand to go see that movie. And
my kids already asked me if I have tickets like 6 months away, bro. It's like
no, Spider-Man's going to do well. It'll no matter what.
But it's still but it's that some of its air is going to be sucked out of the room by Minions, Toy Story, and Moana, right?
That's true.
Listen, even I want to see Moana live action.
So, and just to give you guys, just to tell you where Supergirl sits, I think the top 5 earners, and I sent this list to Brian, I think Moana is going to be number 1. I think Avengers Doomsday is going to be number 2. Spider-Man 3, Super Mario Brothers 4, and then Toy Story is going to be 5, in my opinion.
Yeah, I saw your list, and let me just give you my list based on your list. I think Moana is number 2. I think Doomsday is number 1.
I'll be curious to see who wins that, because I do think Moana is going to beat them.
And we're going to be talking about Doomsday next, so stay tuned, guys. Doomsday is number 1, Moana number 2, Spider-Man 3, and basically the entire list. But if you swap Moana and Avengers Doomsday, I agree with you.
What did you think, John?
I think Doomsday is going to be 1. I think I agree. Moana number 2, Spider-Man 3, Super Mario movie 4, Toy Story 5.
You know what? I think Toy Story 5
Mario movie.
Yeah, I think Toy Story 5 and Super Mario movie are both competing with the Minions. So somewhere in there, you can swap 4 and 5, and I would agree with that too.
And you might be right on Doomsday, because the problem with Moana is it is coming out with all the other kids stuff, and they're going to be some pull. But Doomsday's got December pretty much by itself.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, bro. And they have a doomsday clock. I'm not sure if you guys have seen this. Okay. This right here. Hold up. What am I doing?
Yeah. Haven't we had a doomsday clock ever since Endgame?
That's
With
right.
the brand and the franchise.
That's true. Okay, we'll talk about that right now. Hold up. Okay. Let's talk about Doomsday, because Doomsday does come out at the end of the year, and there is a Doomsday clock literally live streaming right now, permanently. There it is. And it's counting down 10 months, 10 days, 9 hours, 51 minutes, and 52 seconds. The wild thing is, from a technical perspective, I told myself, how are they streaming this? There's no way that this is an 8,000 hour video, because that would be insanely big file. There's no way it's just playing on an OBS screen somewhere and streaming to YouTube, because it would be too big. So this is what I believe technically, and we're going to talk about Doomsday, but there's just this. I think the way they did this from a technical perspective is that there is a website, an internal website on a computer somewhere, that has a looping animation of the stained glass A and a JavaScript Doomsday is coming text countdown. And I know because I've done these for our website, and those countdowns use very little code, very little memory. They can run forever, right? And then they're literally screen sharing that screen and live stream that to YouTube, which is a really cool way to do this. What's even more cool, in my opinion, is that this might be the first time I've ever seen something like this on YouTube, and YouTube will only allow you to archive 12 hours of footage.
What I was saying, how are they going to get away with running this for so long?
So you can only archive 12 hours. So they're running this knowing that every 12 hours is being lost to the sands of time. Unless someone's sitting there recording this on their computer. Every 12 hours is being lost. Like, you're never going to get the last 12 hours back. It's a rolling 12 hours. You can only ever see the last, I don't know if it's the last or the first 12 hours.
Or Doomsday's going to have a huge budget because somebody's going to sit there for the next 10 months. Every 12 hours, refresh this damn thing. They're paying somebody to do it.
I don't know, but like I got to give YouTube props for allowing someone to run a 1 year stream. I know we've seen 24-hour streams before, but like those are prone. Bro. Those go down. This is way different. Yeah.
Make a phone call.
Yeah. Someone made a call.
You're making a phone call.
All right, that's annoying. I'm gonna stop the com. There are some channels that have looked into this, and they look at the animation. They're trying to find like details, and someone over at like Screen Crush or New Rockstars is just has like an intern watching this 24 hours a day.
See what's gonna happen.
Looking for some like tip or some kind of like hidden Easter egg or something. We're not going to do that, but we are going to talk about Doomsday, and I would love to show you a trailer, but Disney is very litigious, and there's right now, all we have is the 4 teaser trailers, and they're not even teaser trailers. Apparently, the Russo brothers said that they were stories, and I'm not sure what that means. What that tells me is that more than likely, these quote unquote, and I'll show you the last one they did. More than likely, this tells me that, stop trying to play it, that these aren't actually in the movie. Like, these moments that you see aren't in the film, and that they were shot specifically to promote the movie, which are fine.
And by the way, this movie does come out on December 18th, in case you want to mark it in your calendar.
Yeah, the definition, by the way, of a Christmas movie. Not that it's Christmas themed, but that it's designed for families on Christmas to go watch this film.
They were just so smart because they just don't want to compete with the summer.
And I feel really bad for those poor theater workers that are all going to be forced to work on Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, the whole weekend.
Carnage.
Double time, baby.
Carnage.
Every time. So this was the last one that I cared about. I know there was a teaser story or whatever with the Fantastic Four and Wakanda Forever. I gotta say, you want to take the 2 least interesting Marvel movies that are part of this film and put them in a teaser together. That makes me not care about that teaser whatsoever. I had no interest in the the new skinny 80-pound girl version of Black Panther and Ben Grimm, but to each their own.
Well, and that's a little bit what Doomsday has going against it. Can they completely? I know that this takes place right after Avengers Endgame, right? They've cut out everything else, but you still got an entire 6-7 years to deal with of storylines. And can the Russo brothers completely ignore everything? Is the question.
All right, so this is
wipe it all.
This is the most popular of the quote unquote stories. Again, the Russo brothers, who they coined that word, it wasn't me. They said these are not teasers, these are not trailers, these are stories. But this is the most popular one. This is the X-Men version, and at the end you'll see it says the X-Men will return in Avengers Doomsday, and it's short, and this might get a copyright claim. So please become a member to join us. That means this video will not be monetized. But here we go, anyways.
Fair use.
It's fair use, by the way. Section 118.
Death comes for us all.
By the way, that's Magneto talking.
Oh, we know.
That's all I know for sure.
There's Patrick Stewart.
There's only one.
The question isn't
Xavier's School of Gifted Children. So right now we have Magneto and Xavier talking, and famously played by the originals, not the new guys.
Are you prepared to die? The question is, who will you be when you close your eyes?
That liftoff is so sick. Look, they're wearing their actual X-Men uniforms from the comics.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, if look, you don't have blood pumping in your veins if that doesn't do something for you.
Well, if you're a fan of any of this stuff, that gets you excited.
Oh yeah, but I just want to. I want to see lots of it. I just don't want to see a short segment of it. When it comes out, and if I'm sat there when it comes out and it's literally a minute, and I'm like, I will literally go, I hate you, Marvel. I hate you so much because you finally give me what I want, and then you're going to take it all away from me.
Yeah. Okay. So speaking of what you want, so what's that guy's name?
James Marsden.
Matthew Marsden. Yeah.
James Marsden. Okay. So he played Cyclops. Most people that watched the X-Men, the original X-Men movies, we pretty much all agree that Cyclops got a bum rap. He was not able to bust out and become the character we all wanted to see.
He got Wolverined. Let's be clear.
He got Wolverine. He got cucked by Wolverine.
Yeah.
And so this gives me a lot of this really does something for me, like in my bones, seeing him break loose like that or cut loose. And behind him, you see, like, I think they're Sentinels or Doombots or something, but huge walking robots or something. And this also semi adds to my theory that Doomsday, at least the first part, which is Doomsday, second part, Secret Wars, will be Doomsday basically collecting these children that shouldn't exist, based solely on the quote-unquote stories. If you look at the first one with Captain America, it's just him and his son. Why? Well, Captain America should not have a child. James Rogers should not exist because he only has that child because he broke the rules, the time rules. He literally stayed behind. He stayed behind when he was supposed to come back, stayed with Peggy, and then had a child. Guess what? That child shouldn't exist. Does not belong in time. Right?
Well, okay. Well, it depends. Are we talking about Back to the Future time travel, or are we talking about Marvel time travel? Is there one line, or is it multiple branches?
So it's multiple branches. But think about this. That's why that's the branch that the branch that he creates, I believe, is where Doomsday happens. Where the Tony Stark variant of Doomsday. Hold on, let me finish. Then you look at the Thor one, which was also a pretty good teaser because it showed Thor back to being Thor that we like the serious Thor. And when a lowercase god is praying to an uppercase god, some shit's going down, right?
That's true.
Right, that's what that means. When a lowercase god feels the need to pray to an uppercase god, then there's some problems. There's some trouble that he feels the extreme need for help with.
Did you show that one?
No. You want me to show that one?
I mean,
can I also ask a question about what we've just seen about the X-Men there?
Yeah. Well, go.
Now,
I do want to finish this theory. So let me show you this. I'm going to show you guys the theory. Then you can ask questions. Okay. Only for continuity. So this is that trailer. I'm not going to bother showing the Captain America one because it's just him walking into his house.
Yeah.
All my life, I have answered every call. To honor, duty, to war. But now fate has given me something I never sought.
His daughter, Love.
A child. A life untouched by the storm.
Again, child-centric.
Lend me the strength of the old fathers.
He's holding a Stormbreaker there, not Mjolnir.
So that I may fight once more. Defeat one more enemy. And return home to her. Not as a warrior, but as warmth. To teach her not battle, but stillness. The kind I never knew. Please, Father, heed my words.
Praying to Odin.
Yeah, but by the way, this does it for me too as a father. Okay, so real quick, I'm gonna let you talk, John. So, Love, if you remember Love and Thunder, Love is actually not the daughter of Thor. She is the daughter of Gore the God Butcher. Important point is that Gore the God Butcher's daughter, that's what started the events of that film, is that she was killed. And he goes on a rampage and he wants to kill all the gods and he wants to get to eternity. Because eternity will grant you one wish. You can basically you give your life and you get a wish, sort of like the Soul Stone. Well, we all thought that Gore was trying to get to eternity so that he can wish all the gods to be gone. But in the last moments of that film, he didn't wish for the gods to be destroyed. He wished for his daughter to come back. And eternity basically resurrected his daughter, and now Thor is her adoptive father.
Right.
Again, a child that should not exist was created from eternity. We have no idea what her power set is, but a child that shouldn't exist regardless. So then you go, well, how does the child not being out of time, how does that work for the X-Men trailer? It does. Because Marsden shouldn't exist. And Marsden, Cyclops being alive after the events of the last X-Men, what was it? Days of Future Past, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wolverine's consciousness was sent back in time, and he changed history. He changed history so that Jean Grey never went crazy. Cyclops never died. All of his friends were still alive at the end of that film, which allowed Jean Grey and Cyclops to then sire a child.
Yes.
Right. And in the comics, that child is Rachel Summers. Right. So now Rachel Summers is a child, once again, out of time that shouldn't exist. And that child was born from two mutant parents, one of which has the Phoenix Force. So you have Eternity, the Phoenix Force, James Rogers, right? You have these characters that should not exist.
Well, and also from the movie last summer, the child that Doomsday is coming for.
Oh, and Franklin. Thank you. Yeah. The Fantastic Four film.
Yep.
Franklin shouldn't exist because in that movie, they make it very clear that they couldn't have children. And then all of a sudden she gets pregnant after they get their powers or whatever. Again, a child that shouldn't exist. So you have all these children that shouldn't exist. Why do they choose to focus on the child in the end credit scene of Fantastic Four and children in every single teaser here, except for maybe the Wakanda one? Why? Because they're... Oh, no, that's not true. Wakanda has a child that shouldn't exist, too. I remember that. I care so little about the Wakandas.
Was Pepper Potts pregnant when Iron Man died?
I don't know. I don't know. But either way, these children shouldn't exist. They're focusing on this because I think Doomsday is collecting these kids the way Thanos collected Infinity Stones to use their powers to, quote unquote, from his perspective, fix the multiverse. And when he does, and his version of fixing the multiverse is to wipe out every thread that shouldn't exist, so that there's only one, and that one is Secret Wars. Battle World.
Well, nice, very well done. I think you did great. If the Russo brothers pull this off, they're going to go down as all-time greats. They already got it, with Infinity Wars and Endgame already on the list. But if they pull this one off, they save Marvel.
Yeah.
Shuri, Archmage, thank you, my friend. Shuri is also in the trailer, and she had the baby T'Challa, which shouldn't exist. I'm sorry. There's a theme here. And if you're not seeing it, you're fucking blind.
Or you just did a good job. Well done.
Yeah.
But listen, if they can pull this off, then they effectively, they temporarily halt the
destruction.
The guaranteed eventual destruction of the MCU.
The post-burn.
The post-burn. But I'm sorry for interrupting you, John. Please, that's my theory. I'm going to let John say his piece now.
I hate you.
And by the way, One Punch Man Tolkien fan, you're talking about, you thought Odin died. Yes. I don't think he's praying to the same Odin when he said Allfather. I think he's praying to a different. I think he's praying to an uppercase god, not a lowercase god.
But do they ever die?
He said he did say the old.
It's a cycle, isn't it?
Yeah, the old god.
It's a cycle with Ragnarok. So do they ever truly die?
Who knows?
The gods?
Who knows?
My question to you guys was, with that X-Men scene, do you think that they're going to link back that Wolverine from the Deadpool and Wolverine movie is the same Wolverine from that universe? Because they talk about he couldn't save his world and he ran away. Do you think they're gonna actually link those two? So that is the Wolverine from this universe.
So I think that the Wolverine that is in the Wolverine they're going to go forward with, however it works out timey-wimey wise, because it all gets real complicated.
You had to say that word, didn't you?
To be fair, it's not just these movies that get convoluted. If you read comic books, they get crazy convoluted to the point where the studio that runs the comics are like, okay, we gotta relaunch the series. We gotta do Flashpoint or New 52 or something. They have to do things that sort of like reset everything because it's just too hard to continue with these that's why you should never touch the multiverse. It shouldn't be a thing.
Yeah, just leave it alone.
The reason they do the multiverse is because the studio is greedy and they're like, we really want to keep doing these comics or these movies or these TV shows. So we, and we killed that character that everyone loved and we can't bring it back now. Canonically.
Or can we?
Yeah. The multiverse. And you're like, stop it. Stop doing that. Just if you kill a character, let them be dead. I know it hurts. That's the point. The whole point of that gut-wrenching scene.
Well, there's no consequence, is there?
When Tony saves the universe, knowing he's going to die and says, I am Iron Man, and snaps, that was meant to be hard on us. It was meant to be a moment that was like, oh, shit. With the second you go multiverse and you introduce the concept that these characters can exist outside, like you said, it makes it less important. Those deaths don't matter.
Yeah. No. I'm actually really worried that I'm not going to, from a believability standpoint, be able to see Robert Downey Jr. as another character in this universe.
Yeah, he's
I'm
typecast.
worried about that.
So I think that he's actually, okay, another theory. I'm sorry. Here's my theory.
Make it quick.
So in Endgame, he goes back in time, remember, to get the PIM particles. Runs into his father at the S.H.I.E.L.D. Base, remember?
Yeah.
His father has flowers in his...
By the way, I know that somebody has shared information with you about this movie. Do not tell us.
I'm not sharing any of that.
Okay, don't talk about that.
I'm purposely not.
Your ideas.
Yes. I have gotten information, but I haven't gotten the actual plot of the film. I've just gotten information. The information I got was after I posted my theory about the hieroglyphs is when Rob was like, yes, that's a good theory. Anyways, I'm going to stop there. But my theory has nothing to do with that information. The information, this theory is based on Endgame. When he goes back in time to get the PIM particles, he runs into his dad in the 60s or whatever it was, and he's in the elevator with his father who has the flowers. And remember, his father doesn't know who he is, but Tony Stark knows who he is. So Tony Stark asks who the flowers are for.
Right.
And he goes, it's for my wife. She's pregnant. Here's the problem. The time went back in time. Everyone assumed that was Tony Stark pregnant. But that would have been a year too early. Tony Stark was born 2 years later.
Okay.
So I think that his wife was pregnant with another child, not Tony Stark.
But the problem is, it's not the character. It's Robert Downey Jr. is my problem.
And hold up, let me finish.
He is Endgame. He is the Avengers.
I think they lost that child and that Tony Stark is adopted.
I don't care. What I'm trying to
And that would make sense for him to be Doctor Doom in another universe.
You're talking
I
about
get it.
casting, Shane, aren't you? You're talking about
talking
all you
about-
see is him as Tony Stark when he's meant to be Doom.
I'm going to have a hard time seeing that face as another character. Maybe they'll convince me, but that's my concern with this movie.
Maybe. I don't know. Well, that's it. That's it about Doomsday. Speaking of which, I think the movie's going to make easily $800 million.
One more thing before you move on. I don't think Wolverine will be in this movie.
Oh, he's in the movie for sure. He has to be.
No, why does he have to be?
Okay. So
I don't think the reason why is because Wolverine and Deadpool did so well. I think it would be. I don't think it's a good idea to bring him back.
I think they're both. I've heard things.
Hold up. I'll tell you
Let
why.
us have the other characters.
Okay. Here's the cast list for it. We got. There you go. So Channing Tatum's in this movie. The Gambit from Deadpool and Wolverine. Yeah. So I think they are hiding the Deadpool and Wolverine reveal. But I do believe that this is a red herring, a dead giveaway. That those characters in this movie.
I don't see how you can't have them if all of the multiverse is at risk. All of these worlds
possible
are at risk. You gotta have them in it because of we saw about the TVA and Deadpool and Wolverine,
right.
didn't we?
It's possible that they're in the Secret Wars and not in this movie, but I believe that the second you show us Gambit, you're like, oh well, you're just confirming that characters from that movie, and I think they're hiding the Deadpool Wolverine reveal,
or Channing Tatum's a billable star that doesn't cost that much money, and people, the fandom knows that he's tied to it, so it may just be a coincidence.
Can I ask
but
as well,
guys?
They
will 100% will be in Secret Wars.
Yeah, I mean, they're coming back, but yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was going to say, can I ask as well? Do you think there's hope that we might actually get Pedro Pascal's Reed Richards killed and we get a proper Reed Richards turn up to go forwards?
Unfortunately, there's no hope.
That's the only downside for me. Pedro Pascal in the movie.
I only had a John Krasinski bone for my Reed. That's the only guy that could have done it for me. So
they killed him off, and Pedro is a Disney princess, so that won't work. So I think the movie will be successful. I'm not sure.
Would you say?
I think 800 to $1 billion.
I think it'll make $1 billion.
Yeah,
I do.
I think it'll get close to $1 billion. I mean, it has no competition. It's a Christmas movie. Every family's gonna go watch it. Even the Marvel haters are gonna have to go see what this is about.
Yeah, before I saw the lineup, what's coming out each week for the summer, I thought Moana was going to break $1 billion, and I think it might still get close, but I do think Doomsday will definitely break $1 billion. So I'm going to revise. I do think Doomsday is going to be a bigger movie I think it'll make more than Moana.
Yeah. Okay. I agree with that. What about you, John?
I think it's going to do $1 billion. I do. I think it's just going to. I think this is going to be the one this year. I know there's. Marvel has tanked over the last, what was it, Shane, 6-7 years, but I do think if they are coming out and they're going to go to town on it like they seem to be, I think they could get some investment back into them with this movie. Everything's banking on this for Disney now, right. Marvel now, isn't it? Everything. So
yeah, this is their Hail Mary. This is their long shot for sure. All right, well, let us know, you guys, in the chat and the comment section what you guys think about Doomsday. Is it going to be a thing? Is it going to revive the Marvel Universe? I got to say, the only good strategy that I'm seeing from Disney right now is the fact that they are seemingly okay with not just making 1 billion TV shows and movies. Like, they're okay with having one movie. And I think the right strategy for any franchise is to not flood no matter how much money you like. If you want to keep making money, in a way where the audience loves you, have less projects. Like do one movie a year, 1 movie or 2 years. The second you flood the market, it becomes a less like it's supply and demand, dude. It becomes less interesting.
I'm really glad because I think they're holding off on anything until the Vision series, right? So I don't think there's anything coming up until that. And what's going to be really nice is when Terry Matalas does the Vision series, the one thing I can tell you is it's going to be compelling and good. Even if I'm not a huge fan of Vision. I'm not a huge fan of that whole element of Marvel.
Right. That's the only thing I'm coming back for, mate. That's the only thing that on Disney Plus I'm coming back to watch.
And here's
nothing else I want to watch. Yeah.
When Terry brings the show and everybody's like, "Oh shit, that was pretty fucking cool." That's just gonna grease the skids for Doomsday.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think they got a real positive ramp coming here in this year.
Right. Yeah. And we all know Terry just knows what he's doing when it comes to this stuff.
Yeah. He's good.
All right, so that's it. Let us know what you guys think in the comment section and in the chat about Doomsday. All right, what's next? Speaking of Hail Marys, Shane?
Yeah. Project Hail Mary.
You gave me a list. Yeah, I'll record this. You gave me a list of movies that you were looking forward to most. And those movies included number 1, Project Hail Mary. Number 2, Disclosure Day. Number 3, The Odyssey. Number 4, Godzilla -0. Yeah. Number 5, Jumanji 3, Michael, and Match of the Universe. You just put 3 movies in there out of nowhere. Interesting.
Well, I couldn't decide which one was my number 5, but I want to see all 3.
So, Jumanji 3, you mean Jumanji 4?
They don't count the original Jumanji movie as part of it. So, of the new trilogy of Jumanji movies.
They're not counting the original movie?
They don't count the Robin Williams one as part of...
It's canon to that universe.
I know, but they did Jumanji reboot, Jumanji 2, Jumanji 3. I don't know why, but there is Jumanji 1990, whatever it was.
Interesting, because it's Jumanji Welcome to the Jungle, and they made it very clear that it is a continuation of the Robin Williams version.
It is. Oh, it's 100% a continuation. But I'm just telling you the way they've numbered it.
I see.
This one's numbered. I don't know why. Jumanji 3.
Oh yeah, the first 2 aren't even numbered. Right. Interesting.
Because The Rock is in these 3, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm sort of looking forward to that. I like those movies.
They're so funny. They're hilarious.
On your list, it's funny. Like, I agree with you. I'm looking forward to Project Hail Mary. It's not my number 1. Everything else on that list is like totally a Shane list and not me.
I get it. Yeah, but if you like The Martian and you like Andy Weir, I'm just saying.
I'm reading the book at the moment, so I am looking forward to this one because I'm enjoying the book so far.
Yeah, and I believe that oh my God, I don't know why. I do not know why I get Ryan Gosling and
Glenn.
I thought you were going to say Jared Leto.
No.
Because I get those two
Glenn something. I get them mixed up too sometimes.
No, the guy playing in Project Hail Mary, which is the guy who was in The Notebook.
That is Ryan Gosling.
No. That's what I'm saying. Is it Ryan Gosling?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Okay, so sorry.
I think you were thinking Glenn, whatever his name is.
Not Glenn Powell. I get him mixed up with the guy who played. The guy who played in The Notebook. They look the same. What's the other guy's name?
Ryan Gosling was in The Notebook too.
Was he?
I'm almost positive.
I'm drawing a blank here. Anyway, I had this whole argument over
just blame Change World. Ryan Gosling. He was in Barbie.
Ryan Gosling, right?
Ryan Gosling was in Barbie too. Yeah,
was in Barbie. Yeah. Okay.
So I think you're getting Ryan Gosling mixed up with Ryan Gosling.
Maybe, but there's somebody else that look. Who was in the new Blade Runner 2049?
Ryan Gosling.
Was it Ryan Gosling?
Yes.
No. Was it really?
Yes, you're getting Ryan Gosling mixed up with Ryan Gosling.
That I think looks like Ryan Gosling, but it's really Ryan.
Glenn Powell looks like Ryan Gosling.
The whole point is that I don't know what. There's another guy. I'm going to find him after this.
Okay. So far, every movie you mentioned is Ryan Gosling.
Okay, can you guys tell?
Steven Gosling.
Can you tell I really like Ryan Gosling, guys? I really like Ryan Gosling. So because he's in this movie, I'm really excited about it. That's a big reason. Like Matt Damon in The Martian, he was fantastic. I think Ryan Gosling is going to fuck this movie up, and I think it's going to be a great movie. and I'm really excited about it. But is it going to make $1 billion? No, but I do know there's a lot of excitement over seeing this, especially because The Martian was so popular, and I think they've done a good job of not making us tired of this through trailers in advance. And it does come out the end of next month. It doesn't have a lot of competition. I do think it's going to do well. What do you guys think?
Well, let's watch the trailer and I'll let you know.
Okay.
Here we go. This is the trailer for Project Hail Mary, starring Ryan Gosling and Ryan Gosling and Ryan Gosling. And here we go. So I've fallen in love with Ryan Gosling over the last 7 years because he continues to impress me as someone who is charming, likable, and a pretty good actor.
Yeah, Jake Gyllenhaal. By
Jake
the way,
Gyllenhaal.
Ryan Gosling and Jake Gyllenhaal get me fucking confused.
Yeah.
So,
well, I think Jake Gyllenhaal looks like he has some kind of Down syndrome or something. So I never get them confused.
Right.
He literally looks like he has Down syndrome. Up,
man.
The only
sister Maggie. No, his sister
Maggie.
Maggie.
Maggie looks like she has Down
Maggie's
syndrome.
The one that Batman.
I'm a Gosling. I don't know.
It's okay. It's okay.
There was a movie called Ambulance or something. I think it was called Ambulance. Where yeah, Gyllenhaal was so I don't like Jake Gyllenhaal, but then when I saw that movie, I was like, I can get on board with this version of Jake Gyllenhaal. The older, more rough and tumble Jake Gyllenhaal, I can get on board with it because he was really good in that movie, even if the movie wasn't that good.
Yeah.
If you don't,
how do I keep seeing the MGM logo pop up?
Because that's all you see nowadays.
It's everyone knows it was a zombie studio for 15 plus years,
and Amazon owns it,
and then Amazon bought it, and I just keep seeing MGM pop up.
Because
so they're keeping it alive, dude.
Yeah.
Oh.
I like how this is an Amazon film, but their logo's not even on it. They're just using MGM.
MGM equals Stargate for me. That's all I care about.
You understand though, essentially what they're doing is what every other white label company does. When TCL buys a license to sell Samsung screens, it's the same thing. They want to utilize the name. They're no longer. It's not not the product itself. Okay.
Can you put the trailer on for us, please?
Can I ask you a question real quick?
Yeah.
I'm pausing it for copyright, but I actually have a question. How would they know if other stars were dying or weren't?
I mean, we can see a lot of stars in our telescopes.
How do we know if they're dying? The color change?
Chemical composition? The same way you see that what a star is made of, you could probably see the chemical composition changing.
Okay.
Hey, just go with it, okay, man?
Okay, all right. Hey, man, it's a science fiction film. Shut up. Shut up and enjoy the movie.
Right.
I'm sorry, it's hard sometimes for me. Okay?
That's the first Shane reprimand of the night. Yeah.
So that is so heavy.
Right?
Imagine if you're a high school teacher and all of a sudden you get pulled into a room with all these powerful scientists, and they're like, listen, everyone's going to die. Here's the problem.
Yeah.
And they're like, and you are the only person who can solve this problem. I'd be like, you're all gonna die. I'm not solving this problem, dude.
I mean, it worked for Bruce Willis in Armageddon. Right?
I thought there were smarter people than me. This is not good.
I would be a little bit selfish. I would say, look, I'll do it, but I have some stipulations. Fix Doctor Who. Fix Star Wars, fix Star Trek. If you don't do that, if you don't get rid of the woke, we're not talking.
Before I leave, I want a full season of each of these things with these very specific parameters.
Yeah. I want a Stargate series produced and recorded exclusively for me.
Terry McAuliffe gets in charge of Star Trek next year.
You guys have 1 year to make sure I have at least 6 seasons of television to watch in my ship
while I'm gone.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Oh, so that's cool. So that's like an alien spaceship.
Right.
Yeah.
My question is, why do all alien spaceships look so alien? Wouldn't they be operating under the same physics that we have to operate under?
You've got me.
They're alien. I guess we don't maybe understand.
I know, and maybe there's a criticism if it looked like one of our ships. I'd be like, why doesn't it look more alien? but this looks almost too alien because they're not from another universe. They're operating under the same rules that we have.
Right?
You want to go back to like Buck Rogers in the 25th Century movie where the evil ship is coming in at the beginning with the music, and you're like, oh yeah, that's the kind of shit we would do.
I want to see.
That's what they would.
It looks like a VW with wings. That's what I want to see. Yeah. Shape and everything, dude. That's
nice.
Yeah,
Maybe
that's
it
not
changes
unbelievable.
its shape to be able to dock.
Okay, all right. I mean, come on, bro. I'm a Trek guy. I have to point these. Rocky doesn't look like the Rocky that I envisioned in my head, right? When I read the book, to be honest. Yeah. But this doesn't bother me. At least it doesn't look like I was worried for a second it's a guy with makeup on. Like that wouldn't work.
That would have been tough. Yeah, that would have not worked.
I mean, I've said to you guys on many a show now, I said I've been crying out for a good science fiction movie, and I think I'm going to get it this year with this movie.
All right.
Which I'm really looking forward to. This is the one for me. I think it's different. I'm enjoying the book at the moment. Bring it on. I'm buzzing for it.
I'm with you, John. And I got to tell you, I think there's only 3 movies that are like where they're not already based on an IP that's already been out in movies that movies have been made of. There's only like 3 movies this year. This is one of them. I think Disclosure Day is the other one, and then the third one, which actually is pretty. If you guys haven't seen it, you got to watch it. It's Get Help or Send Help. With Rachel McAdams.
Yeah, I saw the trailer.
I got to tell you, that's a good damn movie.
Well, Rachel McAdams is a good actress.
I didn't think she was until this movie.
She is.
Like, I literally was like, eh. Now, she was in The Notebook. Right? Notebook. Right. It's Notebook
Day. It is.
Yeah.
You guys are obsessed with Notebook. You really are.
I'm not. I'm just saying it's a good movie. I'm not saying it's not like my top 10.
It's a good movie.
I fell in love with Rachel McAdams in a movie called Game Night with Jason Bateman.
That was a good movie.
Talk about a sleeper for me. Also, Jesse Plemons is in that. He plays a great character.
Actually, that's a really good movie.
So I remember I was watching that because my wife wanted to watch it, and I was like, another romantic comedy. I don't want to do this right now, but I did it, and what sold me originally was like, oh, it's Jason Bateman's the main character. Like, oh, he's funny. Okay, let's go. Like, and we watched it, and I was blown away on how good it was. It was funny. Interesting. And Rachel McAdams was so motherfucking charming. My God, I fell in love with her right away. So good.
See how she is when she's not cute, which is in this movie.
Well, I mean, it wasn't just like her charm. Like, she's a good actress. I like her.
It's part of it. Yeah.
And I'll never forget the Jesse Plemons scene when they go to open the door. This super
Jesse
creepy
Plemons
dude.
Is awesome.
So
Jesse
funny.
Plemons is great in everything. By the way.
He is. All right. So that's the movie. Yeah, I think it'll be successful. The budget isn't extraordinarily high. What concerns me is it's an Amazon Studios film. How are they doing with theatrical releases? Not great. They don't keep them in very long.
I think this one's going to be different. I do think this was a requirement. Like, I think when they bought the rights to this and they decided to do it, the theatrical part of it was really important. And I think this is one of those movies you need to see at the theater.
Right.
I think it's going to have that impact on you. You're going to want to see it there first.
So the budget was approximately $150 million. It comes out in March. It needs to have a month in theaters. If they do that thing where it gets 2 weeks and it goes to their streaming, then it's going to kill the movie.
You're right. You're right.
Can I just say that for me, it's actually Amazon that has got me more excited about stuff at the moment than any other studio. Because, I've got Masters of the Universe coming. There's a new Stargate series. We've got this Project Hail Mary.
Well, what we're seeing, John, we're seeing them finally dip into the MGM library.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's about time. That's why they bought it, right?
Yeah, you're 100% right. Yeah, so I think this movie's got to make, let's say it's got to make $350 million in order to be worth it, right? Now, not necessarily, because Amazon feels like they're going to make a ton of money once it's on their platform. So how does that take into consideration? Is it successful? Let's say it doesn't quite break even, but it gets close. and then it rolls over to Amazon and it makes them plenty of money. Is it a success?
OTP makes a lot of money. That's part. So the process for films is, it goes from theatrical to VOD, where you can buy it like $20, whatever. And it does that for a couple weeks. And then it goes into OTP, where it's streaming somewhere. And often that, if it's not streaming on the platform that made it, like this will probably obviously be on Amazon. But if it wasn't, then there's a closed door deal that we usually can't see on how much that movie was paid, how much like Disney Plus would have paid to have that movie streaming for the next year. And now what it looks like, we're not even getting multi-year contracts for these films and these TV shows. We're getting annual contracts. And those annual contracts will change based on these hidden numbers that we can't see. So the movie essentially can make a bunch of money theatrically, then a bunch of money VOD, OTP, and then a bunch of money on streaming. And that's the evolution of the film. And then within there is some physical media, Blu-rays and all that too. But lately, those are so diminished that they don't even play a big part anymore. So Netflix doesn't even release movies on Blu-ray. So, Netflix is a whole nother beast.
Amazon's going to make $20 a rental on this. For about, you're going to buy it for $20 or $29. You
buy it for $30, you rent it for 20, right?
Yeah, you can't even rent it for the first couple weeks. You have to pay the buy. Right. So I mean, people who are going to, and you're going to save money. I mean, you go to the theater, you take your family of 4, and you're going to spend $125 at the theater. You go home, spend $29, buy the movie, and hey, you can have popcorn at home. So people are going to do it.
You can also
100%.
You can also just.
Here we go. He's going rogue again. Everybody
just do other stuff that doesn't require.
Some people can. I have no idea how to do it.
There's other things you can do.
I don't even know how to.
I'm not trying to get. I'm trying to make sure this clip is monetizable, so I'm not going to say what I'm saying, but you guys know what I'm saying. Army matey. Yo ho ho ho! Virus life for me. All right, let us know what you guys think in the chat, in the comments. What do you guys think about Project Hail Mary? I think it's going to make its money back. I think it'll do at least $300 million. And I think the marketing budget's actually pretty thin, because that's most Amazon stuff. Their marketing is not great. They spend a lot of money marketing TV shows, but not movies for some reason. So I think it's going to make its money back. It'll be successful. I don't know how successful it's going to be, but it will be successful to a degree.
I think it's going to be a good movie too.
Yeah,
and I got to tell you, Ryan Gosling, I can't think of a bad movie that dude's been in several years. Like even Fall Guy was like really good. I know a lot of people didn't see Fall Guy, but he was fantastic in that movie. He was great in the Barbie movie. I mean, he was the only good thing in the Barbie movie. So, I mean, when you go back and look at some of the stuff he's done, I think he's probably one of our best actors today. And I think he's just going to knock this out of the ballpark.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, well, let's know what you guys think in the chat and in the comments. Thank you so much. All right, we got one more movie to talk about. One more. And then we're going to go into
other stuff.
And the movie I want to talk about is Moana. Because I believe Moana will be one of the highest grossing movies this year. It is Moana live action. If you have not seen the cartoon Moana, I suggest you watch it. It's very good. It's a very good story.
It's really good.
And by the way, if you're watching right now live and you're like, "Well, you guys aren't talking about the movie I'm going to talk about," that's next week.
Oh yeah, we're going to do this again.
Yeah, there's 50 movies coming out this week, guys. We can't talk about all of them in one stream. It'll be a 12-hour stream.
Sure.
So we're talking about next week. There'll be more, but this week we're going to finish the movie portion of our stream with Moana live action. And I think this movie, just like Shane thinks, is going to make a lot of money. And I think it's going to be good. And I'm basing that totally subjectively on my opinion of the cartoon. I think the cartoon was really well done. I like the music. I like the story. I'm not really normally a Disney guy to any degree. I don't really like most of the time cartoons. But some have a really good story with really cool characters and really good music. And this was one of them. It made a lot of money for the studio.
And I think of people who argue that, Disney's just trying to make a bunch of cash. Yes, you're right. But Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, who must play Maui, is getting old, and he's not going to be able to keep playing these roles, a Maui type role, much longer. So if they don't do it now, probably they're not going to be able to do it.
Yeah, some people were like, "Why are they rushing a live action Moana?" Well, hold up, they have to. If you want The Rock to play the Maui role, which he voiced, then the guy is in his 50s, bro. Now is the time to do it. You can't do it in 10 years when he's 63 years old. You can't. You can't.
It's true.
You gotta do it now. And so I'm actually pretty excited about this. Obviously not as excited as other things, but this is on my list too. I think it's gonna make a ton of money. And let's watch the teaser trailer here. Again, we've only gotten a teaser yet. We have not gotten a trailer. So I think tomorrow is going to change a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Another reason why we wanted to do this movie thing in 4 parts was because Super Bowl Sunday is going to bring a lot of trailers out that I think that are coming out. And one of those might be Moana. But there's other movies. Like there's a lot of movies this year. Just to be clear, a lot of movies this year. Okay, here we go.
Many.
I am a girl who loves my island, and the girl who loves the sea.
Real quick, guys. People were complaining that this was a shot-for-shot recreation of the cartoon. Maybe it is.
I don't know. It wouldn't bother me none.
Yeah, and this is one of those shots that we see in the cartoon. My thing is, I'm not sure why that matters.
There would be a problem with that. Yeah.
You know all the songs too. The soundtrack's amazing from the cartoon.
Yeah. People go like, How to Train Your Dragon was just a shot-for-shot recreation of the cartoon. I'm like, yeah, and it worked.
And then they give
people
them something
they made a bunch of money off that movie. What are you talking about? It worked.
And then they complain because they change it, and it's basically they're at a garbage site, you know,
Right.
and she's scraping rubbish. You know, we gave you what you wanted. It's completely different to what you had before.
Yeah, it's like a no-win with these people. Like, yes, it might be a shot-for-shot or close to it. Like, yes, that makes sense to me. But whatever.
Those are the people who don't want it to succeed.
Right. Kids, good casting. Good casting.
By the way, the person who did the original, voice for Moana, they offered the role to her to do live action originally, and
Really?
she passed up on it. She declined because this is incredible. She said she wanted to pave the way for another Pacific Islander to be able to star in this. I'm like, wow, that's unselfish.
So talk about now. We talk about virtue signaling a lot on this channel, right? A lot of people virtue signal only when it doesn't affect them. Notice that. That is actual virtue.
Actual virtue, right? Yeah. You're not signaling anything. You're just being You're just
virtuous.
Being, virtuous.
Yeah. Look, all power to it. If you put your money where your mouth is and you actually back up your statement, then I have respect for you. It's the people like freaking Billie Eilish who's like, we are stolen land. And meanwhile, she has 30,000 acres somewhere in the middle of California. Hey, how about you shut up? Okay, you're or the liberals are like, let all the illegal aliens in. Can they live with you? No, not in my gay community. Well, then shut up.
Yeah, we need to do more about climate change, but I'm flying everywhere in my private jet every single year.
We need to do more on climate change. Meanwhile, you took 27 airplane flights. It's come on, man, stop it. Stop being a hypocrite. So that I gotta give her props. That is actual. I respect that.
Yeah.
Although I would have rather have seen her in the role.
Fair.
Yeah. Travis looked incredible. I love the visuals. Love the color.
Yeah.
Love it. Very good.
He was good.
Look at that.
Grandma.
Yeah.
Oh, no, somebody.
Like this all looks.
This is gonna make bank.
It's gonna make so much money. It's gonna make an obscene amount of money, bro.
This is why I picked it number 1 originally.
It's gonna make an obscene amount of money. It's gonna be ridiculous.
This is Iger's retirement money.
Yeah. Disney's like, we can lose on every other movie we have this year because Doomsday and Moana are gonna be so successful. It's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
They're like, shot for shot recreation. Yes, That's cool. What is the problem?
Yes, we like that.
See, this isn't my kind of thing at all. I haven't watched the original, but from what I'm seeing so far, I'd watch this.
Dude, you got to go watch the original.
The original is very good. Oh, I would actually, honestly, I would love to get the perspective when we talk about this movie when it comes out of someone who never saw the original.
Oh.
Yeah.
So don't watch it yet.
I'll hang on.
Hang on, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Sorry, I got to back that up. That's such a cool shot. Even if you haven't seen the original, when The Rock jumps off with the, well, yahoo! It's so rad.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Sorry, bro. Movie's gonna make an insane amount of money. Like it's silly. Like this is easily $1 billion film, which is crazy to me, but it is.
I think you're gonna have a Moana, or I think you're gonna have a Maui based trailer for the Super Bowl. So they didn't. You notice they didn't show The Rock.
They only showed like the back of him jumping off the
back of him jumping. I think you're gonna get a face shot during the Super Bowl.
100%. By the way, you cannot have a Maui teaser and not have a little bit of I'm sorry, Moana teaser and not have a little bit of Maui in there. You have to.
No, have to. He's the reason. I mean, he's to me the reason why the movie works.
Right.
You know, why the show, the whole thing even works. It's him.
Yeah, and I hopefully tomorrow we get a Super Bowl trailer. That'll be awesome. If we do, we'll do a quick follow up next week. But let us know what you guys think about Moana. Is it gonna make an obscene, disgusting amount of money? Or do you care? Are you excited? Do you have kids that are excited? I guarantee you, my kids.
Mine are.
Here's the deal. Often I will show trailers to my kids. It's a thing we do. Trailers come out, and we go and watch them on Tuesday nights. I didn't have to drive them or promote this to them. They knew about it before I knew about it. They saw it on TikTok or something before I even knew it came out. So this movie's going to make an obscene amount of money. Let us know what you guys think in the comments in the chats, and we're going to move on. Let me ask you one quick question about this film. If it's successful, they're going to want to follow up with a sequel. I know. You're just answering no before I can get ask the question.
I know what you're going to ask. No. Yeah.
Okay. So the question I was going to ask was...
No, I won't get naked. Go ahead. I got you. I'm ahead of you every time, bro. I'm ahead of you every time.
You answered the question. I can't.
I worry about
I was going to ask, should they do a sequel, and will they do it quickly? Because The Rock, again, is in his mid-50s.
Moana 2 was not very good.
Wasn't bad. Wasn't good.
It wasn't that. I mean, if they do it, it's a money grab. I think the original Moana is the only one that's worthy of being done. So if they do it, it's a money grab. And it would not shock me at all if they did.
How about a Maui series, miniseries, 8 episodes?
I'm not sure how much of that story you can tell. I don't know.
I wouldn't. Yeah, it is. I wouldn't mind seeing more about how Maui got himself in that predicament in the first place.
Whoa! What did you just say? You wanted a prequel? What? Guys.
Yeah.
Ring a bell or something. Send a whistle. Get help. Wow.
I know.
You two are going down roads I can't follow at the moment. You know.
Brian is anti-prequel, so it just shocked me. But okay, I'm down. I love prequel.
Okay. I am anti-prequel normally. So.
But that sounds good.
Well, let us know what you guys think in the chat and in the comments. Thanks, guys. All right, we're gonna listen. By the way, Godzilla -1. I see Hambry in the
next week.
That's next week, guys. Hey,
we're gonna talk about.
So let me just give you guys a quick teaser of what we are talking about next week as far as movies.
Go ahead.
We're gonna be talking about Godzilla -1 or 0, whatever it is. We're gonna talk about Spider-Man for sure, Super Mario Galaxy movie for sure, Jumanji 3 for sure, and those movies, in my opinion, are not all guaranteed wins. And that I know that's a rough statement, but I think some of them are actually probably guaranteed losses. And next week, we're going to be talking about that. So make sure to come back. I'm not trying to tease you guys with this. We made it very clear in the thumb that we were starting with the Odyssey, and we did. But Godzilla's on the list for next week, I promise. Yeah. And I like the Godzilla. The newest Godzilla movies are actually very cool. I finally watched was it Monarch? Monarch, I believe it's called.
Oh yeah, with
the series,
the Apple series. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I to be honest, I fast forwarded through some of it because it's a little slow. but it's a really cool setup to like the monster verse that we're getting. It's like very, very cool. And some of the monster movies are hit or miss, but like the overall story, it sort of reminds me of like the first couple phases of Marvel, where it's like, oh, this could be a miss, right? It could be a movie that's not so good, but because it's adding to like the lore of the whole MonsterVerse franchise, the Roman roads, it becomes a must see, even if it's not a very good movie, because like the overall lore is really cool. And I'm really enjoying, even if the movies aren't very good, like the overall franchise of the MonsterVerse is actually really rad. So
yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about the King Kong Godzilla version. I definitely love this Japanese
one,
-1, -0. I like this storyline, and I'm very excited. I hope this is good, and I hope they make a trilogy, a third one. We'll have to see.
I'm liking the Japanese one too. And there's a theory out there on how this connects to the Kong Godzilla franchise. And it's very cool because look at the Monarch series, and it can literally, like, that can serve as a prequel for both these franchises. So I don't know, I'm really enjoying like this overall lore, and part of it is all the YouTube videos that connect everything in really fun ways. By the way, movie studios, stop copyright claiming YouTubers that are literally promoting you, getting more views than you got watches on your film. It's very weird. Okay. All right.
Insane.
Yeah, it's insane. Like the only reason I even watched Godzilla, the Japanese version, Godzilla, whatever, Shin or whatever, was because YouTubers told me it was so good. Because of theories. The only reason I watched Monarch was because of the theories. The only reason I viewed and paid for your product was because of YouTubers. So stop penalizing us.
It's free marketing, for crying out loud, studios.
It's crazy.
Slash your budget, put it on YouTube, let everyone talk about it.
And you guys don't know this, but like they literally penalize us. I have to fight every single week to make sure they don't just demonetize all of our videos.
And let me tell you what the shame of it is. They're basically trying to take the money we earn off of talking about it. That's the weird part about it. Like they want to, most of the time, they just want to take the money we make. They don't want to strike the video. They just want to get the earnings for whatever we get off of doing it. And that's just disgusting. I'm so dirty to take money from little people from your big old corporation.
Dirty, dirty corporations.
Yeah.
Look at us. We're socialists now. All right.
I would not go that far, sir.
All right. All right. So we're going to move on.
But before we totally move on to do your new section, I know you do your thing.
Go ahead.
I just want to say, if you're new to the channel today, and thank you for being here, I am not always an asshole. Let me be very clear. Brian is my younger brother, and I, by rights, can fuck with him as much as I want.
Are people mad about it? I didn't see the chat.
I don't know if anybody's mad about it, but I recognize the fact that it looks like I'm beating up on my little brother. But I just want you to know he's my little brother, and only I can beat up on him. So
guys, just so you know, in no way am I upset with Shane ever. And when I am, it's very clear. Okay, we argue and yell at each other all the time. Okay, so I don't take offense to anything Shane says here.
He hasn't broken anything yet.
Yeah. They throw mugs and everything in the green room, but they hug it out at the end. They really do.
Yeah. The funniest story ever is when Shane and I were arguing about something. Shane had just bought like $1,000 smartphone, like a really expensive, top of the line, brand new phone. And he was very happy with it. I helped him set it up. I'm like, and he has a case for it and everything, a really nice case. Invested a ton of money in this thing. And we're arguing about something so stupid that I don't even remember what it was. Yeah, but we were arguing, and the argument got heated, and Shane, in frustration, threw his phone on the ground.
The argument ended immediately.
Bro, he spiked it onto the concrete, and both of us were like, "Oh shit!" And immediately we were no longer mad at each other. We were like, "All right, we gotta fix this problem." And it completely ended the argument because we both realized how much that was going to cost. And again, I don't even remember what it was about.
I don't either. Something to do with whatever, but there was a You Buy, I Fix, or one of those places nearby. So
Yeah, we got the screen replaced. Luckily, the internals weren't broken. I mean, you spiked that sucker.
Hard,
yeah, he was like,
man.
bam.
It was probably over Disney doing something wrong to one of the movies we were watching.
I'm sure it was something like that. We were probably arguing about a franchise.
Discovery, something like that.
Oh, we had just watched Star Trek Discovery. Speaking of which, we're talking about Starfleet Academy episode 5 of season 1 of this series that I originally said was pretty good. This episode was rage-inducing cringe. It was so bad. There's almost nothing redeeming about this whatsoever. And friends of mine were like, well, maybe it's because you're not like a big DS9 fan. I'm like, no, it has nothing to do.
Oh, nothing to do with that.
With how much I like or dislike parts of DS9. It has everything to do with how absolutely cringe this entire thing was. And it doesn't even make sense within its own lore. So we have to talk about it. First, Shane, give me your unfiltered, however short, opinion of this episode of Starfleet Academy.
First off, I apologize. I told you guys last week I'm not watching this. But the moment someone on X posted a picture of a Klingon in a skirt, I immediately went into rage mode and started watching it. Let me just tell you what I think about this episode. Puking glitter, clubbing cadets and BTS musical scores, constant pithy joking, lack of seriousness, antagonists, which are other Starfleet personnel, Klingon skirts, Klingon and man in bar flirting with each other. Holly Hunter fucking exists in this universe. Whoopee cushion fish jokes, teen angst, drunk holograms. Should I go on?
Yeah.
Story.
So this was the setup to it. A story about me. So I'm gonna mute this because I don't want to hear her voice. It's so annoying. But basically, this is very Sam centric. Sam, if you don't know, is the hologram character, the photonic. They make it very clear that she's photonic when they go, that means holographic body, because the audience is too stupid to know what photonic is.
Look, I'm going to say right now, this episode managed to make me find areas of rage within myself that I never thought existed. You know, when I was watching Voyager, right, in the 90s, I didn't need to have a big font across the screen telling me what a photonic was, because the writers took care of it.
Right.
This lot, I've got to ask you guys, I'm going to go straight into it now. Who is this written for? Because this is almost like a pre-Sesame Street type show.
No, it's written for teens, man. This is the creator,
the crayon,
the showrunner,
the crayon, yeah.
Yeah.
The showrunner is, she did Nancy Drew, Tom Swift. She did a bunch of CW stuff. This is as CW as it gets. So it's about this character. This character is Sam something whatever Sam. It's an acronym, and she is from a planet of photonics. And here, this is where, oh god damn it immediately falls apart for me, because you when you make an episode, when you write an episode based on a false premise, on a rotten core, then anything you do, even if it's cool or whatever, it doesn't work. And if you're going to have a Sam-centric show and you're going to introduce her creators, other photonics, there are some questions that need to be answered. Again, you are creating this universe. You have created the idea that photonics exist somewhere on their own planet, right? How does she work? Where is her power source? How does she operate? How is there a photonic world of photonics and they, in their words, that have never seen organics? How? Yeah. How does a photonic world exist without organics creating them in the first place? It's not possible.
Well, what I hate about this as well, when they put the text up on the screen and the font about photonics, on one side of it, they're explaining to you what a photonic is for her, right? And a hologram is for her. But they don't do that with the Doctor because they don't need to. So on one side of it, they trust the audience to understand what a photonic is. And on the other side of it, they don't. But can I say, before we go into something else, this is my soapbox moment, okay? This is a rip-off of a better Star Trek episode. They have ripped off Data's Day from Next Generation. That's the one where the Vulcan ambassador dies on the transporter and she turns out to be a Romulan spy, essentially. And Data, in his inner monologue, is going through the entire episode, writing a report to Commander Maddox and basically saying, right, about emotions and humanity, Keiko and Miles O'Brien are getting married. Basically, they've just ripped that off to do this. And I'll go back and watch that Next Generation one, and I will never watch this one again, ever.
Well, to give it's great that you give them so much credit that they actually watched Data's Day.
Yeah,
I'm not convinced that they even watched it, but I think you're right to some degree. Like, I don't think they have the creativity to write something fresh. I mean, the B storyline in this episode is so fucking asinine. Like what's happening with
the adults with the blobfish.
Jesus Christ, bro! Like
it's I watched it twice and I don't understand what the point of it was. Does anyone? Why is he boiling an ocean? Why is he like? What is the point of this?
And he never met the alien species at the end of it either. That they were preparing
so
for.
Weird.
And
yeah.
I mean, again, when Holly Hunter starts doing the English accent as well, and I was like, I tell you what, this is an episode. It doesn't come along often, but it's an hour max, 45 minutes to an hour. It literally felt like 10 hours, this episode, because it was so bad.
What was the point of the blobfish with the extra eyes?
Oh, it's comedy, man.
Comedy, because Star Trek, as we know, is a comedy.
Stupid.
I mean, the whole tone of the show is just not right, bro.
And to make it worse, we haven't even talked about where it is, right? So she was sent to Starfleet. Oh my God, this screenshot makes me throw up. Jesus Christ. She was sent to Starfleet Academy. She was sent to Starfleet Academy by her creators. Thank you, Archmage. They said the organics created them but mistreated them in the past, which is why they became isolated. I don't know. I don't remember that, but I agree. I believe you. Okay. I'm not sure. I'm not even sure how you mistreat a photonic, but whatever.
But
how you mistreat something that you can't even interact anyways.
Yeah. But why would they be worried about being mistreated again, as she mentions? Because if you can create holograms, wouldn't you just create new holograms? You wouldn't need to enslave them again.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Is that me thinking way above
again?
Kurtzman
It's a
here?
rotten premise. The premise is rotten. Yeah. It doesn't make any sense. So she was sent basically to find out if organics can be trusted again. Of course, whatever. So while she's there, this episode very much specifically focuses on a mission that she wants to take on. And that is to find out what happened to Benjamin Sisko. And
because that all makes sense to what he's trying to accomplish.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's going to solve her problem. Oh, he was an emissary? Oh, I'm an emissary.
Yeah, because there's never been another emissary in 1,000 years, you know. And I'm telling you now, guys, in the Celestial Temple, Benjamin Sisko's going, no flipping way do I want to spend time with her. I'm staying here.
So here's my biggest problem with this. First off, I know you're mining DS9 for views. I mean, you couldn't even get new Sisko quotes. Like, by the way, the guy who plays Sisko is not dead, just so you know.
Well, Avery Brooks, though, he's checked out, though.
I know, but like that quote at the end of the story was
it's from a song, isn't it?
It's from a song. It's not even
2007.
It's not even new. So it's all about Sisko and where it happened to Sisko. And I'm not sure how she's supposed to find out what happened to Sisko anyways, because she's 1,000 years separated from this person and there's no records of anything.
The magic of talking to his hologram son.
And then she talks to his hologram son. And here's the problem with that. Because there's some people are like, oh, I like the part with Jake. I'm like, I don't. Because I don't know which part was like a sentient vision she was having or the actual hologram.
You like seeing Jake again. That's what they like.
And then, don't you think the embodiment of his son would have more than surface level knowledge of his father? He liked gumbo and baseball. What else? Gumbo and baseball. Well, what about this? Gumbo and baseball. Jesus Christ, we get it, bro.
I'm going to throw this in, okay? When you go to the museum, when we get to it, okay, and I put this in the review in the week, they've got on display Benny Russell's typewriter. Benny Russell didn't exist. He was in the figment of Sisko's imagination. Right. Now, why the hell have you got that there? Unless Sisko decided, and this is me stretching here, said, do you know what? I really like Benny Russell. I'm going to go and buy a typewriter. Okay, that's a stretch, but you haven't even read it. It's what you said to me the other day, Brian. You were 100% right on this. They've gone at the slightest layer, they've gone to Grok or ChatGPT, and they've gone, tell me about Benjamin Sisko from Deep Space Nine. That's what
he loved baseball and gumbo with tomatoes. And typing on a vintage typewriter. And okay, I get
There's a whole reason why it was done this way, by the way. I don't expect you to have caught this, but there's an underlayer to why they chose this storyline. One, they haven't touched on much DS9 in the new Trek universe, so I get them wanting to mine that. But here's the real truth of it, okay? The truth is, if you go back and look at when Avery Brooks talked about how Sisko ended, like how his character ended, he was disappointed because he felt like it was just another black man leaving his family. And at the time, and this is a real thing back, especially in the 90s, 80s, 90s, and 2000s, that's always been a storyline for black culture. So it made a lot of sense for what he said. So do you not believe that they didn't have this discussion? Because if you look at it, what is this whole story about, right? It's basically about how Jake had a secret relationship with his father after he went to the temple and became ethereal, right? But yet he still had a relationship with his father. So really what they wanted to do was make sure that that the black man didn't leave his family, which was the undertone of this entire segment for why they brought Ben Sisko back. So I don't know if you guys caught that, but that was the way I saw it. I thought Sisko was a hero. I love the way he ended because I thought he was a hero. He saved the day.
Right.
Well, he turns up with Cassidy. He turns up with Cassidy at the end after the fire caves in the final episode, and he basically takes her to the Celestial Temple, and he says, maybe I'll be back. What was it? I'm paraphrasing. Maybe 1,000 years, maybe a day, maybe yesterday, So he says that. So he implies he is going to come back, and they do write books. They wrote novels about him coming back. Obviously, they're not going to follow that. Yeah. But can I also say about this first scene that you're talking about, where she's doing the fonts and stuff, guys and Brian, where she puts up her text about where she comes from and her photonic planet. If you look up from sort of 5 up, if you screenshot it at some point, guys and people watching, they've got Ferenginar, but they've spelt Ferenginar incorrectly.
No,
I kid you not. And again, that might sound like nitpicking, okay, but it's because these people are just not putting the effort in to even get stuff like that right. This is just textbook Kurtzman. And I've said before, I always thought Discovery was the worst of the worst, but I think we've got a champion here. I really do with this.
Feeling over facts, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's real rough. And I agree with everything you guys said. I do believe that at least a portion of the knowledge here that they used to write this episode was not from people that watched DS9, but from, at the very least, some Wikipedia entry on Benjamin Sisko. It's all super surface level. A lot of the stuff is, you could have just asked ChatGPT for what his favorite stuff is and what happened to him. And, you really can't write something like Star Trek from the perspective of a casual tourist. You have to really understand the material to write it so that fans respect it. And if you don't, then you get episodes like this where it's very obvious that the people that wrote this don't understand it, nor do they care about it. And they're just, they're just pushing the message. And the stuff with Jake, I guess people like seeing him again. That's cool. I'm glad I know the guy, that plays him. We've been in streams with him before. I always forget his name. It's anyways, we were on a couple streams with him a couple times. Nice guy. I'm glad he got an acting gig. It sucks that, the gig is playing a holographic version of his previous role, I would have rather him actually get a job on new Star Trek as a character, but I guess they can't do it. And there's a point to be made in the chat here. If they can teleport anywhere, why couldn't she just teleport to the museum? Why did she have to do the virtual thing? And again, that makes a lot of sense. Like they could teleport to New Orleans. Like why?
But also, guys, when you're searching for somebody and you're thinking, I want to understand them, I want to understand and search for Cisco. To understand them, what you normally decide to do is you go to a bar or a nightclub that was on the grounds of a bar that was there 1,000 years ago to find them. I mean, that is like the equivalent of me going to London because I want to understand more about, a prime minister from the past history of the UK. Doesn't mean jack. It's just nonsense again to get
window
you to
dressing,
that
brother.
site.
Window dressing. Yeah. By the way, Brian, I sent you an image of they actually got all of the people who watch this show, like every fan that exists. They put them all in one shot, and they were able to get a picture of everybody who's a fan of the show.
Every fan of this episode, I see. Yeah,
you can show.
I see. I see it. This is all the fans of this episode right here.
Everybody, all of them in the world.
Yeah.
Right. Good shot, actually.
Okay, we got to talk about the Klingon in a dress thing. So, yes, there's a shot of Jaden in a dress, and people are defending it and saying that this actually.
What is the defense?
This is kind of canonical in the motion picture. Men wore dresses, and then Riker one time said that a Klingon can wear a dress. And here's the deal, guys. That's all true. Doesn't mean it's a good idea. Yeah. Canonically, you can put a Klingon in a dress.
Listen,
should you? Should you?
Yeah.
No.
No.
I would argue that you shouldn't have put men in dresses in the motion picture either. Not everything about Legacy Trek is good. There are some stinkers out there. There are some parts of Legacy Trek that isn't that great. Unless you want to talk about Threshold again, right, guys?
But here's the problem, Brian. Here's the problem. You can put a person in a kilt. You can put a character in a kilt if that's what you'd like to do. But the moment the next scene comes along and that kilt wearing male figure is flirting with another male figure, it just changes the whole dynamic of the kilt to a skirt. Let's be honest, okay?
And I did read yesterday,
it wasn't
guys.
A kilt. He wasn't wearing a kilt. It was a skirt.
But I'm just trying to say, if that's their argument.
No, their argument is that they did it in the past, so they can do it now. It was bad in the past too. It was stupid in the past.
Yeah, it was in the pilot episode of Next Gen, but it was still shit. You know, it's just I was going to say, guys, I read something yesterday. I don't know, and I'm spoiling. I don't know if it's true, but they're saying that I think it's the second to last episode. They're going to have an explicit sexual content scene in the show. Now, if that turns out that we see 2 Klingon penises in it, I don't know if you'll ever see me again, to be honest with you.
They're not going to go that.
I will go walkabout.
They're not going to go that explicit. Although I do have, it's very funny to me, whenever new Trek goes explicit, like in like Lower Decks or whatever, it's always a man. Like there isn't a single episode of new Trek where they went explicit and it was women nudity. It was always male nudity. Can someone answer me this? Why is it that when you go explicit, it's always gay male nudity? Why is there never any woman's boobs? And I'm not saying it should be in there, But dude, it drives me nuts that we could see a male penis, but there ain't no women penises.
Earlier
in the picture and see if we can figure out why.
Earlier in the season, that bit where they were pranked and they were beamed to the canteen area, I've said this before. You notice that pretty much the guys are either naked or they're half naked, but the women conveniently have swimming costumes on.
Right.
You know, so
same in lower decks.
right.
Like lower decks, like all the women were always. I know it's a cartoon, but they were always covered up. Men were always nude.
Can I just say
because
one
change
thing?
it right, because the audience is not us. The audience is a picture we showed you earlier. That's the audience.
Because can I just say one thing I did like about this episode? The one thing, and that is that annoying Romulan girl getting punched in the face. I punched the air when that happened. I really did. I was like, finally, it's come. It's happened. It was due. She is so annoying. I'm just going to say, what was it? Her words, her 21st century slang, guys. Oh, it's like nails on a chalkboard for me. It really is. You know, it's right. I'll give you an example. She turns up in the nightclub, right? And she walks up to them and she goes, losers. And then she goes, AKA, you losers ruin everywhere. Eat glass, bro, you leave. And at that point, I was like, punch her in the face, punch her in the face.
What does eat glass mean?
Yeah, I know.
I think it means hurt your mouth or something.
I mean, is that like maybe a term? Is that a Zoomer term I'm not aware of? Maybe because I'm at the point where am I getting old enough where I'm not going to recognize all this language because I don't feel like I'm there yet. But when she said eat glass, I'm like I'm googling.
Yeah, but if we don't recognize it, that you've just made the point there exactly 100% correct without even realizing it.
Right.
If you're making the point there, maybe we're too old, we're not understanding the slang. How is it still in the 31st century?
Right.
It would have changed over time.
Yeah, that's true.
At least they didn't say that you're glazing me, bro. Or
yeah, they're not going that alpha talk.
What's the
6,
the
7?
Hey, you got aura, man.
Yeah, alpha aura or whatever. So Laura Todd says eat glass means to commit self-harm. Weird.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, the kids do say a lot of that these days. Kill yourself, I'm pretty sure, is like the biggest thing today. So
unalive yourself. Yeah. So this is the shot too, where she's like looking at Caleb's Caleb was, I guess, looking at, I don't know. But this is the one where increased blood flow to face, and then they cross out face and they write penis. But it's funny, like, so like the penis is supposed to be crossed out with a black, but like it's translucent, so you can still see the word penis.
Why do that, guys?
Like,
what's the tone? Like, what are you going for? Like, this is my biggest problem with.
This is the girl he's looking at, apparently.
Yeah,
this is the problem with new Star Trek. It's just got the tone of Star Trek all wrong.
Right.
Like, Star Trek is not supposed to be filled with levity throughout all of your episodes. It's just not the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
You might have levity in a small piece of your episode, but you can't have entire shows where it's pithy and punky, you know. And that's what's happening here, and it makes it very unserious and unemotional. It's just like fucking guts against a wall. It's just terrible.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about Tawny Newsome. So famously, she is from Lower Decks. She plays the main character, or one of the main characters, and she's also a writer and a director, and she's done other stuff for Strange New Worlds and for this. She's actually a pretty talented person. She also plays this Cardassian instructor who we find out, spoiler alert, that she is a Trill, right? Trill?
Yeah.
And she's actually Dax.
But of course.
Isn't it weird that you would take a Cardassian and make them Trill? Like, isn't that the worst? What, like, were they trying to hide it with that, or what? Or they just? Why is everyone Cardassian? There's so many Cardassians in Jem'Hadar in this series. I feel like, did they win
the war? Don't get about this. what I don't get about this, guys, is the fact that we have in the final season of DS9, when Jadzia Dax has already died and Esri Dax turns up, she makes a point that she was the only compatible person, human, that could merge with the Trill, the Dax symbiote. In that episode. She confirms it, and she didn't want it, but she had to do it to save the symbiote. Now, the Trill have found a way. They can literally merge with any species out there 1,000 years later. But it's just staggering to me how bad these people are at this. But also,
so do Trill live forever then?
Well, approximately. And I'll give them leeway for kind of getting away with this. Approximately, they say they can live at most up to about 800 years.
All right, so it wasn't already like a few hundred years old when it was in Dax?
Yeah, but you could, again, this is me. This is how bad the writing is. You can take a stretch with your own mind and you could go, okay, well, maybe they've had some medical breakthrough that's enhanced their lifespan, But again, there's nothing confirmed about that. But can I also say, guys, what is it with the cosmetics and the makeup now? It just looks shit compared to what we got in DS9 and Next Gen. That was 10 times above what this is. It looks awful.
Laura Todd has a good point here. He said, join Trill were always purebloods and a very small percentage of the population. So doing this is saying that the pure race people are a thing of the past.
And Lord Voth is right, because Dax was alive. She was talking about she met Bones when they had when they went back.
She's already like 500 years old, right?
Yeah, she'd met Spock. She had a crush on Spock. That's what Jadzia Dax said.
Didn't we have a Trill in Discovery that I try to forget?
Yes,
and didn't they set some sort of rules there as well that they're breaking their own?
The him her character.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
To this day, I have no idea what gender that person was, nor do I care. But yeah, that was a thing where, no, wait. Oh God, you makes me remember this. That was a holographic representation of a memory of one of the they/them characters that they somehow turned into a physical being again.
Right.
Yeah.
And then that physical being went to join with the Trill.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That damn annoying
voice.
That damn annoying voice. You're bringing it back to me now.
And none of it makes sense that you took the memory so she was brain damaged. Whatever, was brain damaged. And she had like this memory of this person. They turned that memory into a hologram. Then they turned that hologram into a physical, actual person. And that person was then merged into a Trill. Holy shit. Talk about convoluted, bro. Doesn't make any sense.
Was it a hologram or the consciousness?
No, it was like
consciousness. It
was
wasn't
it? So wait. It was her. But they turned it into a hologram, right?
Because they had I think you're right. I think it was a consciousness.
It was like her consciousness.
They were having a conversation in the quarters together all the time, weren't they? And it was insufferable.
I meant Discovery, Marks. So it was a consciousness, but then they turned the consciousness into like a hologram where they separate it or something.
I thought that's what they used the body for. I don't remember.
No, yeah, honestly, and then the hologram.
I was so mad.
The same way they brought the Doctor back to life through that weird mycelial network fucking thing. Remember that?
Yeah, that's right.
So stupid and convoluted. My God, bro.
Can I also say, when I talk about, is this written for pre-Sesame Street level kids? Because when you're going to go and talk about Benjamin Sisko, you don't go to the historical documents. You go to a children's sketchbook with drawings to basically do your research.
It's so weird. Like, do they not have access to ChatGPT in 3,000 years?
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't be doing any of this. I would get my pad out and be like, hey, let's research Sisko. I wouldn't be walking around talking to random people.
Well, you know why they're doing this, right? Because the character is only 6 months old or whatever, so they're treating her basically like a baby. like she's
can
a
I-
child.
But
Can I say on that?
But she isn't a child. She is
right.
But she's got the mindset of a 3-year-old, and again,
Why would
this
they
is what I
send the
don't-
mindset of a 3-year-old to
Yes,
Starfleet Academy?
exactly. Because my point on this is, in this episode, the holographic leaders of her planet, when she's in communication with them, they're basically telling her that they don't want her to do that course about ancient mysteries of the Federation because it's a waste of time. But hang on a minute. You gave her the mindset of a 3-year-old child, and you're basically letting her go around, eat dirt, and
crayons.
She's eating crayons and glue.
Yeah. And again, I thought to myself, we are one step away from the next episode where they say, Sam, where's your assignment? And she's literally crayoned it all across the floor at the academy.
There's glue on her face.
Yeah.
Can I, based on what you just said, in the first episode, I told you the casting for this character was horrible. Remember?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because even if the actress is a good actress or not, I don't know. She looks like a little Downs a little bit and doesn't look like the right role.
Yeah.
But then based on what you just said, that they designed a 3-year-old, she's perfect for this job.
Yeah.
She looks like
No,
a
I think
gigantic
she's
toddler.
No, I think she's perfect for the role. Actually, for what they're trying to accomplish, I actually think she's great.
She's doing what's required. She's just insufferable.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's when she's talking to her superiors and she's like, well, here's what I'm trying to do. It. Why isn't it done already? Do it. And she's like, well, I'm trying. Do it, or we will fucking end you.
Can I also say, guys? Can I also say?
I mean, like what?
Can I also say?
It's like, and the voice sounds like this ominous, like Borg. Do it. Like, are they the bad guys? Because like they don't seem like good entities here.
Look, all I can say is the Federation Council. At some point, they're coming in and they're putting this academy into special measures because it is so poorly run. We're one step away from them coming in and finding all of the cadets eating their food out of a dog bowl on the floor. That's how bad this academy is. I'm just waiting for the Romulan warbirds to decloak and just literally decimate the planet because no one would be able to defend against an attack. No chance.
Conveniently, John, all Romulans were eradicated 300 years ago. And
except ones that say bro.
Well, the most
unless they can dance to BTS.
The craziest part about this is we talked about this before. I'm going to say it again. The Romulans should 100% be the most dominant race in this galaxy.
They should have been the ones who did the burn.
They should have been the ones who actually did the burn because they don't use their lithium.
Right.
They're the only species canonically that do not use the lithium as a form of propulsion. It's some kind of I forgot, like singularity or whatever. Even if they didn't cause the burn, they should have taken over the universe in minutes. Bro, the fact that they didn't is insane to me. They've made them just bro characters now.
Let me ask you a question. Has New Trek done anything but essentially destroy everything? I mean, look at how many civilizations they've destroyed, whether it's the Klingons, the Vulcans. I mean, the burn. All they do is destroy things. Anyways.
Well, again, you're right. It's like JJ Trek started off with, Vulcan and Romulus and Remus, but Kurtzman picked it up. Yeah, he picked up the thread in Picard, didn't he? The series, because they were going to help the refugees of the Romulan Empire. So they did that. Now they've done this with the Klingons. I was saying the other day, there is no big incoming threat in this future now. Everybody is happy.
Which is the problem in modern society.
Right.
The problem in modern society is there's no wars. So all these they them weirdos that want to cause problems, like they want to have problems. Because their problems are so minute, they invent problems in their minds and they become victims of their own reality until they are persecuted, they them transhuman or whatever. If there were wars, they wouldn't be doing that.
No.
They would have
And you're
actual
right.
problems to focus on, but because they need problems and there is no real problems, they start inventing problems.
It's funny when a war kicks off and suddenly these people that hate toxic masculinity, they're suddenly looking for a guy with a gun to protect them. You know, it just,
I hope it's aliens,
just
bro.
nonsense.
I hope aliens just attack us. And
I
then-
don't think they go near us now.
Look,
to
I
be
hope
honest.
we
They turn
win.
around.
I hope we win, but I hope they attack us that we have to fight some war that's outside the world. Anyways, I wanted to bring this up. Shane, I think you're right, because we got this scene of Jaden flirting with what is clearly a power bottom at a bar. This, if there isn't a better representation of a flaming homosexual, it's this guy.
Just after the drag queen, everybody.
Just after the drag queen, the weird drag queen. And by the way, why do drag queens still exist in the future? Like,
I thought
hey,
they would
you
have
want to change your
transitioned.
gender? This is not very hard. This is the year 3000. You guys can change. You can have whatever gender you want. I'm sure.
That's the
But
problem.
look in the image. Look in the image, guys. Look at the left-hand side. Serving bar, Zorro. They've got a guy with a Zorro headband serving drink. This episode has got everything.
Yeah. Why does he have like an eye patch on?
Yeah.
Like, why do you have an eye patch, bro? We have already established that in this universe, you can generate someone's eyeball.
Yeah. And also,
it's part of a sadomasochism outfit that he wears when he next 30 minutes when he goes in the back.
Oh, so he's a BSDM fetishist.
And also, can I just say, you have in this nightclub scene, you have a drunk Sam that smacks Caleb's backside, right, which is terrible in itself. But could you imagine the uproar if it was the other way round?
Oh, yeah.
That, double standards or what, guys?
And why did they get a hologram drunk? Like, what? Why?
Oh, yeah, I don't understand. Like, I guess you wanted to experience it. I guess that's the least offensive part of this episode. I got to be honest with you.
But also, if you're running the bar, wouldn't you be saying, look, can you get off the bar?
I'm still blown away that there behind the bar is a guy with an eye patch and a drag queen. I'm just like,
Are you surprised?
No. I'm telling you why I'm surprised. Because 6 years ago, we would have been talking about Discovery, and you at some point would have said, "Hey, who knows? We keep going this route. We're gonna have gay Klingons, drag queens, and drunk holograms." And we're gonna be like, that's funny, bro." And then 6 years later, here we are.
In my head in this episode, and it's been going up in this season, there's like a bar, and it's like a percentage bar of the diversity bar. And I got to here and it was at like 98%. And then I literally got to that point and it's like, oh, she's going to blow. There's just too much diversity in this episode, because not only you get that scene, but you also, if you notice, the annoying Romulan girl, when she turns up to do her 21st century slang, she's got her arm around the female cadet.
Of course she does.
When she turns up. So it's like,
everyone in the future is gay. Everyone in the future is gay.
That's what it seems like when you look at this. It seems like everyone is just LGBTQ, right?
Yeah, 100%.
I'm not crazy. That's what
It's
looks
wild, bro. Like, a bunch of minors at a thank you, Ken. A bunch of minors at a bar.
Yeah.
A bunch of gay minors at a bar. This guys, like, both these guys are sleeveless. I'm seeing it. We're in a gay bar. We're in a gay bar in the future of Star Trek. Guys, we are watching a Star Trek show where a bunch of minors are going to gay bars where the bartender is a drag queen. This is craziness.
The music's
Oh God, bro! It's never ending. It's never ending propaganda with these people, dude.
Listen, I want to like take Jaden's side here for a second. Go back just a click. I feel bad for the guy because I'm not so sure he's gay. That I think everybody's trying to make him gay. Like I haven't seen him do anything gay other than wear like a bad skirt.
They're programming him.
Everybody's coming on to him. Have we noticed this?
Yeah, that's true. He's not approaching anyone. Everyone's approaching him.
Right.
So what we're seeing here is we're seeing a character actively being groomed. Right. That's what we're seeing, bro. We're seeing a Klingon be groomed.
Yeah, I was gonna say like my slip last week where I called him Gaiden. It's 100% bang on from now on.
Maybe you're right though. Maybe he's not even gay. Maybe he's like a straight Klingon that just happens to be a little more sensitive. And they're like, "Yeah, I want to get some of that dick, girl."
Yeah. It's like Holly Hunter calls him to the commandant's office, and she goes, "Yeah, you've been here for 6 months now.
Have you slept with anyone yet?
You're not gay."
Listen, we have you given a blowjob, because we're seeing a problem here. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's just. And you're right. This character's also gay. Of course, the Romulan's gay. Everyone was gay.
Yeah.
Everyone's gay. And the Photonic decides to punch her because she's drunk, and she's drunk because she wanted to be drunk. And she did too many shots. I'm not sure why anything allowed that. Everything about this is stupid.
The lyrics, the word she says there, for Cisco, for all the emissaries, and it's like, oh my god, I literally, I think I've hit peak shite now. That's my English word with this episode. It's that bad.
It's so cringe. This is the cringiest. Shane said it's almost as bad as Dancing Klingons, and I gotta tell you, this is worse than an episode. Like, at least the singing episode had a premise that made everyone sing, even if it was like super hard to believe. At least it had one. This is just hyper cringe, bro.
Yeah, no, that episode broke me. That's, I think, why it sticks in my mind so hard. But this is bad. And listen, that bitch right there.
She's always lying on the couch, bro.
She hasn't found a piece of fucking furniture. She can't lay down on barefooted in this fucking
guys.
show.
I said if I was a cadet,
she's barefoot and lying on the couch.
If I was a cadet,
are they in a transporter thing, like an elevator? What is that they're in?
Yeah. It's one of the.
So she's in an elevator with bare feet lying on the couch.
Guys, I said to you in private, if I was a cadet there, I would have been leaving shards of broken glass all over the academy to teach her a lesson that she shouldn't walk around bare feet.
Bro, I mean, but like, imagine walking into an elevator and seeing some chick barefoot just sprawled out on the chair, bro.
And he's your captain, the person in charge.
And that's the person in charge. That's your boss. God.
Yeah. It's but can I also say, the war college guy, the one who's running that, he's the one out of all of it. I felt that he was the most competent, and he's teaching his cadets correctly.
I feel so sorry for this guy. He's got to just deal with all these crazy individuals.
You notice they're regressing him throughout the episode,
right? They're regressing him.
That's all. He's us.
Yeah,
he's all of us trapped in this fucking universe.
Because this episode,
he's trapped in a nightmare. He's like, why don't you have shoes on?
Yeah,
because I want to not have shoes on. You racist white piece of. Oh, okay, my bad.
Well, he has a go at her in the meal scene, and he walks out, and he basically says, well, you're criticizing me, but you turned your back on Starfleet and you cleared off. She then turns up at his quarters at the end of the episode, and she does that horrible putting her head close to him. And she basically says, I'm paraphrasing, but she goes, oh, you shouldn't judge people without knowing all of the facts. And if I was him, and this is how bad the writing is, I'd be going, okay, then. Tell me, why did you quit Starfleet then? But they don't answer it. It's almost like, no, Captain Nala's got to be right, even though she ditched the Starfleet, because this guy's got to be treated as an idiot.
Starfleet because she didn't agree with Starfleet that they quote unquote separated a woman and her child. And she said in the beginning of the very first episode, there's never a reason to separate women and their child. I disagree. There is plenty of reasons for a parent to be separated from a child if that parent is putting that child in danger, you weirdo. And she blames the Starfleet for her not doing her job and losing said child because she was actively letting her emotions distract her from what was really happening. She lost the kid. She blamed Starfleet and left Starfleet because she didn't think Starfleet was very good because they separated a parent from a child. Shut up.
Well, then she comes back. She's working at a nursery or wherever the hell she was working, right?
Your child center.
Back because of the same kid is the only reason she comes back. Like, can the story only focus around this one character? Like, what in the hell? Like, She's the worst captain.
She's the worst. She's the worst. She's almost as bad as Michael Burnham, but I say Michael Burnham is worse because Michael Burnham started a war with the Klingons.
She wasn't even in the full episode. She wasn't even in the full episode, guys, and she was going up on the meter of being the most annoying person in the episode because Sam was way out ahead. But every time Captain Nala turned up in it, I was like, you know that
she's always laying down, always laying down.
Her face was going. I looked the entire episode I watched. That's what my face looked like the whole time I watched this show.
All that was in my head was airplane.
Chat of the day, guys. Chat of the day. Was she working at the Leering Center? Sorry, that's it. That's it. You win. You win today, DJ Skylo. Good job. You win. That was the one. Good job.
I mean, we can all agree this is just not. There's nothing Star Trek in it. They might as well take the title off of it. Because it's just, I would even say that it's not even a good science fiction show.
No,
without it being Star Trek.
Fiction?
Yeah, there's no science fiction this episode.
What? There's
do you know what?
Well, she's photonic, and in which way? Because she says she is essentially. Because that's all we get. Yep. She's drunk. She's walking around. We don't understand her technology. Nothing about this makes any sense.
Late 80s, guys, there was a cartoon that I used to watch called Galaxy High. I don't know if you guys remember it, but it was basically like a load of kids at a high school on a planet, and all the aliens went there and everything. This is exactly what that is, but that was played for comedy and it was good as a kid. Right. They have just taken that and they're running with this. Can I say as well, when we start the episode, and the first 2 minutes were quite painful to get through, I have to admit, but the corridor walk where we're seeing all of the diversity laid out in the corridor, and I'm like, now we've got all of them with the weird face paint and everything that doesn't even look, it looks like they've just gone to a party at a nightclub. It doesn't look like they're aliens. And then you get, everyone's looking. Are you
kidding me? That bar, I've been to that bar in West Hollywood. Okay, you guys, there's a bar called the Blue Oyster. I've been to that bar in West Hollywood.
Wait, from Police Academy, the Blue Oyster.
There's one in West Hollywood it's called Blue Oyster. I went there with Donald. Remember Donald?
That's a joke. It's a gay bar in Police Academy.
Well, I'm sure, but there's actually a real one in West Hollywood. Listen, this bar, like the only thing that is setting aside this bar from that bar is some of the prosthetics on their faces. But most of it is pretty much same music, same weird tranny bartender, all that stuff. Same thing.
Yeah. There are so many bits of this episode that you're just thinking, as you're going along, you're thinking, that's got to be the worst. They can't top that. They can't do it. Nope, they've just topped it. The bar's going up. It's that bad. Can I also say as well, when she's looking at the family tree of Cisco, I looked at it when I did a screenshot as well, and you've got a family tree on the left and you've got a family tree on the right. They're basically all of the same names. They've lazily just hoped you've not looked. So that everything is identical. So this is can I ask you guys a question? Answer this for me. We hope Kurtzman's going, but do you think he rushes out so quickly he didn't really give us stuff about how it looked when it went out on screens?
Well, he's never been the one to really give a crap. He doesn't track that kind of stuff. Well, here's the thing, John. If you don't give a shit about the big picture, why would you care about the details? Right?
100%. Yeah.
And Kurtzman doesn't. Kurtzman got a payday, bro.
Yeah, he's not a detailed guy
at all. Yeah. He lets his showrunners do everything. When Terry was doing Picard season 3, he's like, that dude was never even around. He never even saw it.
He acted like it was his win when he had nothing to do with it.
Right.
And I like the same thing. I like that show Limitless. That was also a Kurtzman production. And I liked it mostly because the actor in it, which we had in our show, remember? I always forget his name.
Yes.
He was also in that AI show. Real personable guy, really fun guy. And he played a perfect character. He played the character Brian, who had taken the NZT, and we found out it was not even loosely, it was actually connected to the movie Limitless. And at first we thought it was just like a inspired by, but then you actually see Bradley Cooper in the show, and like great show. It only got one season because there was so much. It was terrestrial TV and there was just way too much competition. Had it been streaming, I think it would have actually done better. But the reason I liked it was not because of Kurtzman. I thought for a minute there, well, Kurtzman can make good stuff. And then we talked to that guy and he was like, who's that? Remember that? He was like, who's that? So Kurtzman was the showrunner, and the main guy in the show didn't even know who we were talking about.
I know, right? Yeah,
guys, he was the showrunner, and the main character didn't know who he was.
Tells you everything you need to know.
Tells you everything you need to know right there.
Oh my gosh! I mean, this is at a level of crimes against humanity. Bad. Okay. This show. It's terrible, mate. How do we come back from this?
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah. Can I also say, mate?
Where did Shane go?
He said he'll be back in a sec.
Oh.
Yeah. Can I also say, mate? Do you think that the Bajorans would hand over an orb of the prophets to a museum in San Francisco? No.
No, I don't.
Didn't do it in DS9. You actually had to get special privilege from the Vedics to be able to do that.
Right.
But yet suddenly they've gifted it. I mean, we see in DS9 with Dukat just how dangerous an orb of the prophets can be. And yet it's just laid out in this museum.
I still don't fully understand the orb of the prophet stuff, if I'm being honest with you. I don't get it. I wasn't a massive
with the Celestial Temple and
I wasn't a huge DS9 fan like other people were. And I didn't rewatch it the way other people did, but I do know that I somehow know more than the people that wrote this episode about DS9, which is crazy because out of all the legacy Star Trek shows, that was my least favorite, and I still somehow know more than the people who wrote this episode.
Yeah, and the Bajoran Temple, guys, I have to say, it's the most wonderfully diverse list of Bajorans I've ever seen in my life. I mean, something miraculous has happened in the last 1,000 years. Wonderful stuff. Really top drawer. But, I mean, you're right. That's another example of they've just thrown it in there and go, oh, we'll have a Bajoran temple where they're worshipping. They mention Pa. Everyone will lap that up 100%. It's terrible. It really is.
The hologram's Pa. All right, well, we're going to leave it with this. Archmage Fred said, Kurtzman doesn't know the details. The Prodigy correctors said they just had to do what they wanted as far as the ships to use them in their final battle because no one at Paramount would give them an answer. That's really funny. So yeah, we're gonna end this today. We might be back next week. It depends on how much it enrages us, I guess. If it enrages us, then we'll be back next week. But you know who will definitely be covering this next week, whether it's us or not? John's channel at Sci-Fi Chronicles. Right above his head, you can see on YouTube, it's Sci-Fi Chronicles 79. Links also in the description. He's covering it every Friday morning. Fresh review comes up. If you want to keep following this stuff, and we may or may not, it really depends on how much it makes us angry. This episode made us angry enough for us to have to talk about it. So that's that. Let us know in the chat in the comments what you think. What's that?
I watch it so they don't have to.
Right. So let us know in the comments and chat what you think. And with that, I think we're going to end this, right? All right.
Yeah, I don't want to keep it going.
Okay. Jeez. What a disaster. All right. Well, we never got to the politics, but we do have to start wrapping up here and go to the member section.
Yeah, we got super chats to do too.
Right. So let me activate that member section and then we're going to go from there. Okay. Just a second. 10 minutes is good. Okay. All right. We are going to be going to the members section in 10 minutes. Let me get this back over here. Boom. Okay. Overlay done. There it is. We got some super chats. We're going to do that. And I got a couple memes to show you. Then we're going to go to the members section. Where's the super? Oh, I think I lost. Oh, there's one. Kenneth the Rogue for $5. Thank you, Kenneth the Rogue. Our super member, super producer. Canada the Rogue. He says, serving minors at a bar. Yes, that was another big problem with that episode. Like, these are essentially minors, right? I mean, Sam specifically is like 3 years old, 3 months old. So.
kind of works with a drag queen serving them underage, I suppose, technically.
Right. Yeah, DJ Skylaw, we actually started about 3 hours ago, my dude. 11, 12, 1. Yeah, 3 hours ago. But we're going to the members section in about 8 minutes. So please, if you're want to become a member, hit that membership button and become a member.
Is there any? Oh, and there's also a super chat from Matthew McGee for $10.
Where is it?
This episode of Starfleet Academy made me vomit, but it wasn't glitter. From the opening moment right up until the closing credits when they gave us the DS9 theme for a member berry. Rest in peace, Star Trek.
I'm sorry I missed that, Matt. I think when I refreshed the screen, it only went so far up. I apologize.
I got your back, brother. I got your back.
Yeah, thank you, Matt. Thank you for $10. Appreciate it, my friend.
Woo,
and the Rope gifted a membership. Thank you, Kenneth.
Legend.
Again, we're going to the members section in 8 minutes. So please, if you guys want to join us there, that is why we do it. The members support this channel.
Can we talk about? Should we talk about? I mean, I wanted to mention Bad Bunny in the Super Bowl. Are we going to talk about it in the members section?
If you want. No? Yeah, I don't have much to say about it other than I don't like Bad Bunny.
Well, there's other elements to it that are interesting. That there's actually going to be a unveiling tomorrow. We're waiting to see. Like, will he or won't he is the question during the halftime show. He's been told, he's been instructed to not create controversy during the halftime show, but will he listen? The NFL has required him and brought it down, but his management may allow him to, make a moment for him. So I'm very curious to see what you guys think.
Well, so Bad Bunny is doing the halftime show tomorrow. Shane's right. I'm not a fan of Bad Bunny. So what you just said about him not being able to cause controversy and all that, I think that's probably good because I'm sure he would try to do that. He is one of those people that he has been radicalized by probably a lifetime of propaganda, and he actively thinks that this administration, he believes that they're a bunch of fascists. When, by the way, Bad Bunny, if Trump was Hitler and ICE was Gestapo, then you wouldn't be able to be at the halftime show. If that was all true and they're a bunch of Nazis and fascists, you wouldn't be able to voice your opinions on the social media. You wouldn't be able to work. You wouldn't be able to do anything. People that call Trump and ICE and ICE people fascist clearly don't know what the word fascist means, because the fact that they're able to freely speak their mind. By the way, any other country, you wouldn't be able to do this. You go to the UK, go to London, go to where John lives, and go ahead and freely post angry, expletive, rants about your parliament or whatever. Good luck.
Yeah.
How fast is that person getting arrested? How fast is the Billy Stick people showing up to that guy's door? Real quick. And that's a small punishment in comparison to places like China, Saudi Arabia. You cannot criticize the people in charge in other countries. So how in the world can you say Trump and his administration are a bunch of fascists when you're actively allowed to criticize and call them fascists?
It's well said. Yeah.
It's insane.
Let me also just give you some background. So when the NFL chose Bad Bunny several months ago to be the halftime entertainment, to be clear, the reason why they chose him was because they're trying to pull in the Latin American market. They want more viewers from South America, Central America, and that he's hugely popular. He's the most popular Spanish entertainer in the world. And they really want to bring that. They do that. They're having more football games down in South America. So that was the whole purpose behind it. But of course, a lot of people got upset because they're like, this dude don't even sing in English. Like, why is he doing the halftime show when the halftime show is probably the biggest concert in the world every year?
Yeah, it's going to be all
for a very
Spanish.
short period of time, right?
Yep.
Now, to be clear, Bad Bunny is an American citizen. He's from Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico, yeah.
Puerto Rico, I lived there for 3 years. They get billions of dollars a year from the federal government. Back in 94, they got $10 billion a year. They probably get $25-30 billion a year now. So the country there is doing okay. So people who, you know, are trying to like paint him as this weird outsider, the dude's an American, okay? Legal citizen. And I got to tell you right now, if he doesn't have this thing against ICE, he's going to lose a lot of viewers. I don't know if he necessarily personally believes in this. He didn't sound, when he was at the Grammys, he didn't sound too like gung-ho for against ICE or against this stuff. It almost felt like he was following along. So I don't know if he's doing it because he has to, but I'll be curious to see if he takes advantage of this opportunity tomorrow.
I do know that he is racist, though. His music translates to very anti-white, anti-American stuff. So he's an American citizen who essentially hates Americans and is very racist against white people.
That I didn't know.
And fans of Bad Bunny will disagree with me. And I guess you can have your opinion. That's okay. But I went and I listened to I've translated the music, and he's very much not a patriot. And you don't have to be a patriot. That's okay. But that
you need to be a patriot.
Hold on. I know. I believe you, but look, legally, you don't have to be a patriot.
Sure.
But I find it very telling that you would platform someone who is so anti-American culture, anti, West, essentially. Like this person during the halftime show, where your fans are mostly the West. But I do want to show this clip of him at the Grammys. And I think it's pretty funny, and I will say this is created, this is AI, but it's very, very funny. Here we go.
I just want to say muchas gracias to el presidente Trump and ICE for deporting all these illegal aliens and for pepper spraying all these white liberal crazy fat bitches. Mucho loca muchacha. Anyway, everyone in this room is a retard except for Jelly Roll. You're cool. Everyone else can kiss both sides of President Trump's big, beautiful ass.
AI can do anything.
Yeah. Yeah, that's funny. All right, and with that, we're done talking about Bad Bunny for now. But, we'll check him out tomorrow during the halftime show, I'm sure. We won't be able to understand a word he's saying. So, hopefully picking a Spanish-only halftime show is good for the NFL. Who knows? I don't know. I think it's a bad play. I don't think it's going to do anything for him. I think you're going after fans that don't like you in the first place. So what's the point? But whatever.
Well said.
All right, moving on. Guys, we are going to the members section in 1.5 minutes. I want to tell you, before I let them say goodbye, that I appreciate you watching this whole time. I appreciate your support. And again, you can always go to our store at mixtees.com and buy something great if you want to support us. There is the amazing, super cool mystery gift bag. We got a bunch of those, so go get them. But regardless of whether or not you go to our store or join our channel, we appreciate you and we thank you for being here. And thank you for sharing it. Thank you for liking it. Thank you for engaging us in the stream. This is why we do it every Saturday. And that's it. Thank you. And we're going to the member section. So you guys have 30 seconds each to say goodbye.
Go ahead, John.
Yeah, thanks for today, guys. It's been great. Thanks for everyone in the chat. Appreciate it. Come and check out Sci-Fi Chronicles. But as Brian said, what we'll probably be doing, because it's Super Bowl, there'll be no Stargate or Supernatural watch parties tomorrow. Yeah, check it out. And thanks, everybody. Enjoy yourselves.
10 seconds, Shane. Go.
Thank you, John. We love you. Brian, thanks a lot. I got 10 seconds. Fucking A. Love you guys. See you next week.
Let's go. All right, I mistimed that a little bit. I mistimed it. Come on, go to the member section before it goes black. Please go.